Story time. Hold. Hey, how's it going? Good morning, good evening, good day that ends in Y. Hi, everybody. Happy Easter to all who celebrate. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's gonna be some more Ebb time. Apparently got a lot more to do, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. But, yeah. Hope everyone had a nice Sunday. For me personally, I didn't do a whole lot. I was kind of just like, well, I say that, but, I did do, something yesterday, which I guess technically was Easter Sunday, although it's not really celebrated here in Japan. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are Christians in Japan, but not a lot of them, and I don't know what the local thing is. Hey, welcome in, Cass. Good to see you. Welcome in, buddy. And thanks for the boat. I was trying to, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna think? Right, Sunday. So yesterday, we went out to celebrate my friend's birthday. I don't know how old he's turning. Let's just say for the sake of it, he's turning 50,000. I don't know. You know, he doesn't look a day over a billion, but you know, I think it was fun to just go hang out. But our activity for the day after a meal at a nice, it wasn't necessarily an Italian restaurant, but I would probably, if I had to prescribe it, it was probably Italian. The reason why I didn't say prescribe it is just because it's not like classified or like advertised as an Italian restaurant, but looking at the dishes, it's like, you know, mozzarella caprese salad, like, you know, pasta with like crab or like clam and stuff like that, white sauces, slightly different pieces of cuts of meat, whether pork or wagyu. And we say like, oh, like this is a course. It's like, oh, the portions are nice. And I look at this and my wagyu is like basically just like that much of a cube, right? It's good, but I'm just like, I do sometimes miss like an actual steak. But I did have a steak lunch a couple weeks ago, so you know what? We're cool. We're good with it. Plus, it was my friend's birthday, so we're just hanging out. And then afterwards, so I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but like apparently there's some really, really fancy schmancy like calligraphy or flower arrangement studio. It's not Ikebana in the traditional sense. Hi, Gally. Welcome in. Thanks for the boat. It's not in the traditional sense like a I hope you had a good time with Final Fantasy 12 earlier. I was peeking a little bit, but I was really busy today, surprisingly busy. So I was only on a little bit here and there to like check out what's going on and catch up with news and stuff like that. So, but I hope you had a good time. So it's not Ikebana per se, but it's kind of like the idea of like flower arrangement, right? Ikebana is a little too stiff. It's like this flower must be pointed at a 45.3 degree angle this way. This one must be pointed at a ZY axis degree of 37.2 degrees. And this one must be facing 12 o'clock and facing at Mecca at all times or something like that. And if you don't get it right, you're a failure as a flower arrangement. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go with the part where like it's like a paint by numbers. This one was a lot easier and easier to understand, where it's like cut these into things, make the stems like stabbable, like little like toothpicks. They stab into this neat little box with like a bit of water and like a spongy thing, and you just put them in there and arrange them away, and you got a box of flowers. I put it on the Discord, but surprisingly, it was kind of interesting. I was like really in the zone. Like, how do I do this? What's the plan of attack? How do I want these to look? You know. And I didn't get everything right, but I did pretty all right, I think. For a first time ever, I would say like I'll give myself a passing grade. And thankfully all the other people did too. It was like I asked them what my grade was, like you got a B. I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's about my batting average when it came to school as well. I was a B student, B's and A's. But anyway, that was an interesting day. But like, you know, everyone was like Nijikan. I'm like, I bet like time out. Sorry fellas, I'm a bit socially tapped out and I need some time to myself, and so I did that, but it was a good time. So yeah, that was my Sunday. I hope everyone's having a nice Sunday in their own way. But yeah, I want to play more Esoteric Ebb. This week I thought I was gonna be busy Thursday, but given things that are going, because I thought there might be some plans that come up, and I might have to be like, you know, just let me reserve Thursday as a just in case, like I need to go out. But it doesn't look like those plans are gonna follow through, because I was like, oh, I need to confirm some things, but you know, it's been almost 48 hours and no response from the other person, so I'm like, yeah, I think this is a part where I say it's not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna politely bow out. It happens, right? Like, you know, these things happen. I'll go over it a little bit later, once I have a little bit more time away from it. But probably we'll talk about it maybe Friday or something like that. Or maybe on Thursday. But yeah. I think that's all I have about in terms of yapping. So let me just do some in-between stream stuff. So Jinx, Gemini, thank you for the shout out. I think that was Saturday's stream after we did some walking. That would be fun. Gally and Cass, thank you guys both for the boats. I was stressed. Do not get them wet. They will melt. Anyway. So, I love this session notes thing because it makes my job of reminding what the heck I was doing a lot easier. So here we go. Session notes. So last time we played was last Monday. You've arrived in Tolstead, via waking up in a morgue. You've picked up a goblin sidekick, and now, well, you need to focus on the actual job, the tea shop that blew up. First up, you still need to get inside. The entrance is in the middle of the big open outside area. If you find yourself stuck, there probably should be some other ways of getting inside. Beyond that, you've also got the owner to track down. From what you've heard about this guy, he could have already left the city. But maybe if you're lucky to catch him before he hops into the next ship down on Waterlane. But nothing so far has given you any decisive evidence. Everything about this stinks. Chris. Yeah, so when we left off, we explored a lot of the dungeon, and we got killed a couple times. A roper caught us and like beat us against the wall and made us a nice, like, you know, it's a roper. They like their meat tenderized, and the way they tenderize is they grab you and they smack you around the walls until you're bruised and beaten enough to be like, delicious, nom nom nom. And I died pretty thoroughly there. But, you know, it wasn't all gone. Like, we're still figuring some stuff out, but we got these threads and these leads. The Star Witness is one of our big ones, and we still have to figure out a few things with that. So we have the lead here. So this is basically the two main quests, right? So this is the, like we gotta get into the tea shop, and we gotta talk to the owner. And then this was the Star Witness, and there's a secret door that we spent a lot of time last Monday trying to find. We couldn't do it for some reason or another. So that's basically what we left there. So now we're kind of figuring some stuff out. Wow, sorry, I got distracted. Apparently class conflict is basically this giving me all of these choices over here, but yeah, we also got a spell book we got to fix. So there's a lot of stuff we can do. We don't have to go all the way through everything, but there's a lot of things we can pick up here, and these are kind of like my politics, I suppose, that I've gotten. But yeah, all right, we have a lot of stuff. We got a lot of rats. We got an ant we promised to find a home. We got a lot of things. We got the fancy hat and all that. You know what? I'm gonna do this and pull this out. Pull this out of my bottomless pouch of bottomlessness. Let's see. We got a nice bit of things that we can put away. Oh, it's these things. Okay. All right. Now, fellas. All right. Oh, there's a filter here too. Ooh, that's beautiful. Thank you. Those are key items. That's a key item? Okay, sorry, I didn't realize that was a key item. Oh, it's got multiple things. Oh, like good filtering here. So why would I carry this around? I don't know. Anyway. Let's put it back. Oh, wait. Oh no, did you sort it? Oh no. No, game, why would you do that? And I want it off, please, take it off. Get it off! I can't get it off all of a sudden. What the heck? What do I do? Why can't I unequip this? That's bad. I didn't want it. I didn't want it on. Dang it. Grumble. All right. That feels like a... That feels like a bug. I'm just gonna say it feels like a bug. That or it's a cursed item. And I can't take it away. Or maybe I can and the game's just effing with me? I don't know. All right, anyway, I'll deal with this. As long as there's sortables. All right. So last time we talked to the nice demon lady, and there's a bunch of other people we can talk to. There's our boy, the Dwagger, who was looking for ruins, and then there's the the giant griffin, who apparently lives here. There's also a boy upstairs, right? What was my save game called? Head upstairs to the boy. All right, I think that's what we'll do first, but there is plenty of other things we can do. Sometimes you don't choose the fancy hat chooses you. Indeed. I wanted to know why was there a thing over her head? Why was there something over her head? Is that trying to tell me like I could do more with her? Rick Spider. Oh, Cleric, lovely to see you again. Anything I can help you with? Can you tell me about the owner of the tea shop? I guess we'll get some more information for her. Drummer? He's a real piece of work. Like, I'm impressed he kept that tea shop afloat for so long, but look, I just know the rumors, okay? I love rumors. She leans in with a smirk. Same. Drummer kept the tea shop full of Asgaliasts, mostly young ones, but supposedly he'd been working with the Street Striders on the side, like some kind of spy. Could you imagine? Where do you think he's at? Well, I do remember him mentioning something of an escape plan one time. Really? That sounds very relevant. The bird was drunk, okay? Muttered something about covering every liability, and now his escape plan was... Look, I thought it was a bad joke. But he said, from what I can recall, that his plan was to sneak into a crate and ship himself to Reed's. Idiotic. You'd have to survive for weeks in a tiny, cramped space. This bird's smarter than I thought. That's ridiculous. That wouldn't work, would it? I mean, I'm sure it's happened at some point, historically. She shrugs. Drunken ramblings, but if I were you, I'd check water lane. Do you think he blew up the tea shop himself? No. She shakes her head, then repeats her answer. No. No, that bird couldn't make a ballsy move like that. Now, run away from it? For sure, that's what I'd expect. And indirectly, I'd be surprised if he's not at least a little to blame. Does he come here often? Nah. Or, well, yeah. Is that a maybe? Look, I see him around. He's not a regular, but when he does show up, he's loud and wants to perform, you know. She gestures at drumming on the counter. Not the greatest patron. That's okay. Thank you, Rick Spider. Sure. Do you know of a man called Frank, son of Frank? Your question caused her to let out a hearty laugh. I'm so happy I'm not the one having to ask that stupid fucking question. No, I'm afraid I haven't. Sorry, Cleric. She cannot help you. Thanks, Wisdom. I am a big wise cleric. She probably gets hundreds of people using that fake name during any given week. What's the tavern talk? Talk of the tavern. What's the hot goss, as they say? Does anyone say hot goss anymore? The fiendish tavern keep suddenly drops cleaning the counter and stares at you. Wide-eyed. Confused. Yeah, I mean, if someone said hot goss to me, I'd be confused too. Excuse me? No, I'm asking the... She tosses the cloth over her shoulder. You want rumors? Yes, please? Well, have you heard about the missing paladin? That's a bit of a mystery. Lord Gorm is said to have gone missing in the city below, although really it's just rumors. Lord Gorm, the last anointed paladin of the earth. One of the original faces of the party of Norvik. He went missing months ago, and many believe he's abandoned his post. But I haven't seen him in weeks. It's a bit worrying. Lord Gorm, of course! I've heard of him, last paladin of Earth. He's very important to the city. I'd like to ask more about him. Sure. I don't know much, to be completely honest. But if I were you, I wouldn't get my hopes up. Did he wear a helmet? Oh, no, never actually. He always showed off those golden locks. I mean, blonde-haired paladins, man. A clear sign of corruption. What sort of man would choose to show skin instead of iron? Guess his proclivity for vanity never very much surpassed your own, cleric, she says with a playful smile. You ever hear him say anything suspicious? Look, drunkards say all kinds of shit. Can't read too much into it. But what did you hear? Mostly a bunch of ranting about how every single political entity in the city should be burned to the ground. Some pro-human slogans, you know the stuff. Ah, so he's a fascist, got it. Might be simplifying the issue a bit, but sure. All right, thanks for the information, Rick Spider. I should probably follow my own advice and go up there and, I should ask her, though. Hey, Claire. Lovely to see you. Well, tell me, who are you thinking about voting for in this election coming up? Oh, that's a cheeky question. Don't worry. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Well, if you're being so nice about it, then I'll have to. You've made this woman very happy. Oh, I like making women happy. Peepo shy. Anyway. Early on, I thought about voting for the agricultural party. They had a big focus on small business owners. That's me! But obviously they moved over to a bigger worker class focus and now are completely swallowed by Asgaliism. So now I'm leaning towards the Free Striders. They want to build up the economy and increase trade, which will directly make my life so much easier. Plus, it's hard to ever vote for the Nationalists when they want my kind to be a second-class citizen. And the Free Striders will let you buy your way to first class, or what? Or what? She gives him a half smirk. Something like that. Why would trade make your life easier? She looks around. Tolstad is already a hotbed for travelers coming in from all around the coast. If tariffs were lowered, especially between Reedsian cities, we'd be seeing twice as much traffic on Waterlane. That means twice as many patrons. I might even have to expand. Why not vote green? She holds up a hand and gives you an incredulous look. I like to keep my profits. Duh. Your companion scoffs. Okay, fair enough. Not everybody's driven by altruism. I get it. Do you like the agricultural party? Liked. They had a neat manifesto, okay? Freedom of movement and business type shit. Well, I can definitely get behind this. Well, fuck fashion. Give her a high five. Fuck fashion. Give me a high five. High five. She enthusiastically meets your hand in a satisfying smack. Hell yeah! A foolish performative act. That's all the politics for now. Yeah, I think strength is basically a fascist. Okay. Thanks, citizen, for your cooperation. I don't know if that means she's got more to tell me or what. But anyway, let's go talk to the boy upstairs. Apparently, there's a boy upstairs I need to talk to. Ooh. It's nighttime. Did I go the wrong way? What's that? Entity. Highly uninteresting. More apples for the apple collection. So, I feel like I missed something. Wasn't there something up there? Democratization. The city is changing, as are you. You've always been volatile in your political views, but now it's time to choose for real. There's a missing paladin. Wasn't there something I saw told me that there was someone up there? No. No. Maybe I was imagining it, or maybe I just picked the wrong spot? Maybe there's another passageway in here. What's this? An old well. Oh, okay. This is our boy? Cleric of Norvik. Hey, Axel. The dwarf's glowing, smoldering eyes glitter as he bows before you. Lovely to see ya. Me and Romulus were here having a little break before I headed to Varby. Varby, one of the 5 districts in Norvik, located in and around the Great Steam Pit in northwestern Norvik. Great Steam Pit, the GSP as they call it. It's a big hole that's always hot, from magic dragon fire or something. Same type that burned the burned coast hot. Dwarves built homes in and around it. Makes up the entire district of Varby. Bow back. He laughs, clearly somewhat inebriated. Oh, well, I hope the pickback's been treating you well. Like you said, the pickaxe didn't really work properly, but I got the spell out of it. Great to hear! I mainly used it as a regular pickaxe, to be honest. So good to hear it's gotten a bit of actual esoteric use. So... Asgel, tell me about your politics, buddy. Bit of a sensitive subject. I try not to be too vocal about my thoughts. But I'm leading Asgel. Might go freestrider since they got one hell of a program planned for privatized adventuring and delving across Ascani. Then again, I don't exactly believe myself to be such a winner in Golden Heart World, if you catch my drift. The rust monster makes a screeching noise. Romulus sure does. As the future god wizard king of this city, I will surely require strong adventurers. The city of Norvik has done a great job administering adventuring rights over the years. The party of Norvik will continue. The Asgalists will make sure the economic prosperity of venturing parties is shared amongst the populace, instead of going from an old horde to a new one. Free striders will allow you to engage your excavations and explorations more freely. You should vote for them. I catch your drift. I'm actually a neutral observer. I think, I kind of feel like sharing the wealth here a little bit. But I feel like I've been playing the game, it's like, I think like for him it's like dwarves, riches, and all that. These stars would allow you to get your excavations a little bit more. That's the exact point that keeps sticking in my gut. But we'll see. There's still time until. Romulus and I have some thinking to do. Can I pet him? The rust monster snaps at your fingers and Axel gently pushes your hand away. I suggest staying at the distance. You're essentially raped in his favorite meal, cleric. Oh no, I'm a delicious treat for him. The rust monster. I'll see you on Electric Day, Axel. I'll come back. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm not gonna find the other thing I'm looking for. Dang it! All right. Is this all for the apple? It said it picked up something new. I don't see it. Or maybe... I don't know. Either way. Alright. Let's take a minute. Let's think about it. It's got all these things. We still got a lot of exploring to do. Do I go back down there and try again? Or do I need to maybe find a place to sleep for the night? What do I do? Waterlane View. Where would I find Waterlane? If I wanted to go to Waterlane, where do I go to do that? Tolstead, Peeler Crossing, Tolstead. Nowhere I've been so far suggests where I can go to get to a water crossing. So maybe it's up here past above the Drunk Sphinx entrance. Oh, is it just getting close when I get to someone I can talk to? All right. Maybe I was overthinking that. I'll keep going until maybe the game will tell me where to... Maybe the game will tell me where to go in regards to, like, where I need to rest and stuff. Or maybe my Gobbo friend will tell me, like, hey, dude, we gotta clock out for the night. Going to a crate. Like a crate like this or something different? The crate has something in it. A shard of yore. Sack full of cement? There's something else in it too. An apple? Cement apple. Cement apples are my favorite. Label on the sack says Autonomous Construction Inc. Skilled unseen labor since 11 PW. Well, whatever I was going towards, doesn't look like there's much over here. Someone's handbag and... Is that paint? A satchel. Looks greasy. Oily instructions. Okay. A stage of hard to read text titled A Gnome Starter Guide to Esoteric Memorization. You hold up the paper, finding it to actually be a torn out page of a book. A name in the margin suggests the book is called A Gnome Starter Guide to Esoteric Memorization. Alright, read it. It's quite lengthy. The goblin leans in over your shoulder and reads it as well. The first step to understanding esoteric memorization is understanding the underlying powers at play. Your strings stretch across his coast, invisible to the eye, yet connected to all things, living and dead. A spell is simply a set of rules you must follow in order to manipulate those strings to an esoteric effect. Yet those rules are themselves esoteric in nature. As such, most wizards will find it impossible even, to remember more than a handful of spells at a time. Newbie wizards, maybe keep reading. Stay humble, cleric. This is the big divide between cantrips and actual spells, as cantrips are both easy to remember and will not consume a spell slot. It's basically just talking about like D&D in general. Like I remember this from when I was reading like the adventurer book, or like, you know, like the monster, the DM guides from like 3rd edition. I used to pour over those over and over and over and over and over again, just because like it's fun to read, and there's like little clips and cool art and stuff, and fun little things to think about, and fun little tidbits about monsters and deities and stuff like that. But I digress. The thing is, like, they're basically talking about like what a wizard does. So like the wizard in 3rd edition, I think her name was Kamali or something like that. Cute girl, cute like high elf girl. That's beside the point. The point was like the way the game explains the lore, or like the mechanism is like, Kamali has had a long day, so now before she rests for the night, she must prepare her spells. As she sits down in her bed and opens her spellbook, she gets into a meditative state. The runes start to float as her mind falls off into the inner planes, piecing together pieces of the weave and storing the instructions in her head. And then when the next day comes, the instructions are stored, where she can then cast the final bit to trigger it off. And then the minute she triggers it off, the information is gone from her head. That's basically how they like justify spell slots and stuff like that. It's like you can only have like, you're basically think of your brain as like a giant piece of memory, and like each spell has a certain block of like RAM. You only have a certain amount of RAM you can shove into your you only have a certain amount of RAM in your brain. You can only shove so many spells in there. That's kind of the idea. Spell slots are the common representation of how many spells of each spell level a caster is able to perform without rest. As a gnome, you are naturally gifted in the art of illusion magic. Other schools will be more difficult to memorize. A suggested harmless spell to use in training is the first level spell, Grease. To increase your chances of memorization, attempt to cast it at least 2 times per day. If in the margins there's a handwritten note and you manage to spot, it's written hastily in bold, like the author really wanted to hype themselves up. Gained experience. Oil instructions. It says, every evening and every lunch break at work, remember, you can do it! Oh no. The goblin leans out over the ridge, looking down into the river. Damn. Poor no. Are they I'm looking at a grease pile. Oh, the poor fella. Poor gnome. You're saying he fell overboard. An esoteric mishap. Magic is a blade without a handle, and so on. Grease is a dangerous spell. Intensely dangerous. Learn the spell. You quickly memorize the piece of paper. That's something, at least. I learned how to grease things up. So if you guys need anyone on the boat needs grease, I'm your guy. Cleric, to be specific. But anyway. Alright, so I think we came up here slightly, but I didn't explore too much yet. Look at this place. Tolsted north, Tolsted out. So this is the pillar. We were just up there. We can head down there. I think what I did before is I came up and around here. So on the other side is where I left and found those bicycles, which also blew my mind. Like, you have bicycles. You have trash bins. A trash receptacle, mostly stacked with old zines. Someone put a bagel in there. You reach in the bin and pull out a somewhat intact cardamom treat. No, do not. You did not just, Let me get this clear. You find yourself out on Pillar Road. You see a cardamom treat in the bin. It's been out there for God's knows how long, and you think to yourself, what the hell? I'll just eat some trash. No, 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 no. You are not eating from the fucking trash. Calm down. It's not trash. Rationalizing trash. It's done. You're too late. Hold on your prizes. Calm down. It's not trash. Rationalizing the trash. Was it in the trash? Adjacent? Adjacent to garbage is still gashing. Will they ever recover from this? Sorry to say, but you've officially crossed the line of dividing man from bum. You are now a bum. Well, at least I got a cardamom treat. No. All right, cleric bum. Bum cleric. I am the bum. There it is again. There's like, I think something's following me. I don't want to sound paranoid as a cleric, but I get the feeling I'm being watched. Ooh, there's something up there. How do I get it to it, though? Sneaky apple. Oh, you were are we playing sneaky apples? You can't hide from my sight, you sneaky apple. Bucket. Bucket. Let your faith guide you. Get? A classical two-shell casing human ingenuity. It carries water well, any liquid. It is indeed just as adaptable as humanity itself. Incredible. Let my faith guide my sword. Anyway. An almost intact and endlessly rising pillar, the center of Norvik. The pillar of yore towers before you. He is speaking to you. Touch the pillar. You place a hand upon the surface. A slight tingle spreads across your palm. This is a magical object. Yeah, we kind of established that last week. Hug the pillar. Have a feeling that you can meditate here. It'll take some time, but it could prove invaluable. -2. I don't even have DEHTT. Don't even have to try. That's a good one. Close your eyes. You shape your mind into an arrow, shooting it out towards the esoteric force. Find the rhythm to Jor's realm. Hear his voice. The cold rock of the pillar turns warm in your palm. You've marked it with your spirit. Marked it? What? You are unsure, but you feel like there are more spots you need to investigate. Warm and deep. It goes deep down and far up. Move on. You lift your hand from the surface and you're able to see normally once again, but you feel like you've learned something. You must keep looking. Soon the pillar's secret will be revealed. You understand plainly. There's more to this pillar you need to investigate. And in time, further below. Finish up. I made it to the boat. Hi, HV. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good day. Hope you're doing well. Empty water barrels. You say they're empty, but you lied to me! Yes, hello. Tiny. I see it. Thanks for the boat. The name of the tea shop is ineligible. We found the tea shop! It's nearly 9 p.m. on the first day, but we finally found the tea shop. Oh, man. Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, so this is the blasted tea shop that got blown up to bits, huh? The tea shop. Mid scorch marks and cracked masonry, you approach a doorway. There are several planks blocking the passage. The tea shop. What a mess. Take a peek inside. A powerful force left these marks. Fastened with several nails, you also see a paper. The goblin clears his throat and begins reading the bold letters at the top of the paper. City notice. No trespassing. 18 boats to come. Oh, I see. I know what you're doing, Ashby. You silly Billy. No need trespassing. That doesn't include me, does it? Thanks for the hydrate, buddy. I'm no expert in city law, but your companion suddenly kicks the planks, sending a subtle ripple of blue energy around his foot. Okay, well, thanks for the hydrate, buddy. I don't know why you gave me such an evil snicker, but I'm gonna assume it's in good faith and nothing else. I'm gonna figure out this new thing. So, like, I need to figure out. God, you know, I might have a need for a third monitor, or I might finally have a need for a third monitor. We'll see. Anyway, the very hydrated tea. It's water this time. Nice try, though. You think I wouldn't sneak in by myself if I could? Touch the planks. As you do, subtle ripples of blue energy appear around your gloved hand. It is sealed. As you move away your hand, the faint aura shimmers in dark, translucent blue and then fades away. Yep. Just standing there near the door makes it clear there's a locking spell cast on it. Standard procedure for crime scenes. Rude to lock people out. Crime scenes should be public viewing. Impossible. Impossible, even. What kind of magic is this? Arcane lock. Casting it on a bunch of planks is unorthodox, but obviously they got it working. It is used all over the towers. You need a passphrase to unseal it. Nothing can be resolved with nothing that can't be resolved with testosterone. Trying to force an arcane lock open is idiotic. Don't. Can I bypass the effect with magic? Of course. Knock would do the trick. Second level transmutation. Unlocks things. The definition of locked has been stretched over the centuries, but the spell works on most closed containers or entryways. Can I guess the passphrase? Guess. Guess? Without knowing who placed the seal personally and their preferences. Even assuming the person who placed it is an idiot who would use something of their own preference. There are millions of sentences. There's no chance in hell you can simply guess. Now go figure something else out. Take another look at the... let's see. Do you think I can break it open, Snell? I'd love to see you try. Go for it. I believe in you, cleric. The goblin's heart is on your side. He's half mocking you. I won't... I can still break it down, right? You can certainly try. Believe in yourself. You're a man. Men can do anything. The line between bravery and foolishness is as thin as a hamster's hair. God, you sound like mother. Is that such a bad thing? Yes, baby. Shut up. Got this. You got a golden kappa? Congrats. Was that on Wool? Did Wool get a golden kappa going? Good for her. Well, good on Wool. I'll have to talk to you guys later about this. I've been watching a lot of people getting more and more views and stuff, and I'm not necessarily jealous, but I'm like, I hope one day it'll happen for me. But I'm glad that my friends are kind of like rising tides and all that, you know. There's the person Boca raided. Who did Boca raid? Who did Bok raid? I saw she was playing, was it more Slay the Spire? I wonder what Bok was playing today. Look beyond the planks. You still catch glimpses of the still shadows beyond. A counter, fallen wooden beams, a larger interior space covered in soot and burnt furniture. This place is a mess! A scorched mess. There's no other way in? Not that I know of, but wouldn't surprise me. Tolsted's full of tunnels, holes, pipes, who knows? Scorch marks. The marks go far. The flames must have been enormous. Very clear signs of esoteric power. Arguably, these marks could possibly have been caused by a regular fire of a wooden house. The stone masonry does not have enough fuel to carry such a flame, unless the building was stacked to the brim with tinder. Check the trespassing notice. A handwritten notice in bold lettering. City notice, no trespassing. It then continues with a finer writing. By the order of Coin Lord Darrow, the following premises are under city seizure, under suspicion of criminal offense. Unlawful trespassing will be liable under 13 Holster contempt. 13 Holster, collection of laws surrounding the lawful arrest of citizens. The law is the law. Tea-shop that blew up, eh? It sure did. Was one hell of a blast. but the structure's still standing. The masonry is modern. Clearly the work of dwarven engineering. Looks like shit, but boy, can it take a hit. Disliking dwarven architecture is very hip these days. Alright, well, at least we know where the tea shop is. Still no clue how to open it, but we know where to go. Alright. You do not have permission to enter the tea shop. You need authorization from the Magistrate Tolstead, Coin Lord Darrow. You know his mansion can be found up the hill in central Tolstead. Alright. And... was there something here? You pinged me like there was. Anyway. Why is there smoke coming out of that house? An empty barrel. You lied! Liar! Liar! Can't believe the game lied to me. Alright, so this is Tolstead West. Tea shop. Then... you said Tolstead North, so I guess the Coin Lord's up there, which we'll go see in a minute. A bike lane. A bike lane. One bike stands out to you. A handful of bicycles are stationed at the local rack. A form of transport built upon the strength of your own two legs. True men race through the city streets to find their destiny. Holy shit. Thanks for the 67 bits, HV. You didn't have to do that, but I do appreciate it. That's very nice of you. Thank you so much. And now you're doing 33. Why didn't you just do 100, man? I even had like an alert and everything set up for that. Either way, but thank you for the 100 bits. I guess. You just wanted me to say 6-7. Here you go, 6-7. Oh man, I'm so hip with the kids these days, I reckon. Thank you, Edgy. I appreciate it, buddy. All right. Is that showing up on the stream, by the way? You guys are seeing everything on my thing, right? Oh no, I fell into a trap. Like, hey guys, just because tomorrow I want to work on the chat bot a little bit. Did you guys see the chat messages for the bit announcements? Are those showing up there? Okay, thank you. I want to. So, I think there's a filter thing. Like if I look over here, I can filter things, right? And I can reply. I wonder if there's a way to filter out the events. Twitch events. Yeah, I can toggle all the events that come in. All right, cool, cool, cool. Well, I can toggle them, but does that like, I wonder what that does. Like events filter. Oh, it's a filter. Okay, so like subscription, power-ups. Nothing on bits for some reason. Anyway, this is getting a little out of hand. So I'll figure it out. But it's cool that I can do all this stuff, and it gives me stuff like looking at hide events and stuff. Oh, I get it. If it's not I think I understand what's going on here. I think I get. Okay, anyway, sorry. I'm getting a little off track. All right. Bike racks are stationed in many places around the city with locales. okay, I'm going back. Oh, you're no wait. For me, I thought you were pointing that gun at me, Cass. No, you're doing good. You're good. Actually, it's fine to have a little cheek. It's okay. A little cheek is fine. For a minute there, I thought Cass was pointing the gun at me. I think he's pointing the gun at you. It's all good. It's fine. I appreciate it, Cass, but he's good. Bike racks are stationed in many places around the city, usually in locales with lots of stairs. There's a stillness here, an uncommon sight at the heart of the city. Not a lot of bikes. The usual commuters are probably too scared to head past the tea shop. This particular bike is yours. Check the chain lock. You lean in and take a closer look. The rusty chain seems brittle, but wrapped so hard around the tire that it would be annoying to get off even if you had the key. Why would you wrap it like that? You should take better care of this magnificent bike. Good. No one will take your bike. Not even you, apparently. Wait, this is my bike? Yes, you fool. Keep up. Sure is. Best way to travel in Norfolk, except, of course, on this godforsaken island fortress. But where's the key? Not here. Don't go wandering around looking for a key. It's just a bike. Don't say that. It's a wonderful bike. A manly bike. A rusty bike. Could getting the key be a quest? That does sound like a quest you would get. Find the missing key. The mystery of the bike key. Something like that would be perfect. No quest to be found here. Just sadness. Damn! The key is probably at the bottom of the river, along with the rest of your dignity. Damn! Intelligence is being mean! When exactly did I come to Tolston? On the 21st of March, evening. Then you fell. This is as far as you came. The hair at the back of your neck stands on end as you sense the sudden shift. This is where I stumbled over the stone railing. Yes. Was I alone? No. An anti-city hate crime if I ever saw one. Do I recall anything important? You chained the bike. You stood up. Then paid. Okay, so I was assaulted and then tossed over the river. This is where I fell into the river. The goblin glances over to the broken fence. Interesting. You must have had a lot to drink if you took a stumble like that. Someone must have attacked me. Maybe. He gives you a curious expression. The expression says, how the hell are you alive? Considering everything, we better play it cool. Real cool. It's fine. You got my back, right? He chuckles. Hey, BB! Welcome in. Thanks for the boat. Appreciate it. Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing, BB? Hope you're doing well. We're slowly figuring some stuff out. He chuckles, nervously. Of course, cleric. He needs you alive. He glances down to the river once more. A hint of fear. You see anything strange about this bike, Snell? No, it's a bicycle. He does not care. Do you like bicycles? Not particularly. Alright, do you know I know a secret? Not particularly. Okay, I won't tell you then. Please, keep your secrets. I love this bike. Uh-huh. Bye, bike. This cleric's a nutcase. Alright, so we learned a new thing. You found the exact spot you fell into the river. The bike rack. Someone must have pushed you in. Interesting. Development. Interesting development. I'm doing great, BB. Had a very busy but productive day at work. Was kind of looking forward to getting off and playing this game a bit. The halfway bridge. It connects with the palace and the rest of southern Norfolk. Okay. And is this as far as I go? Looks like. Alright, so we're in a dead end here. Then there's this, and this gentleman who I cannot interact with for one reason or another. And then there's this house with disturbing red eyes. Sleeping for service. Come back after midnight-ish. For service, come back after midnight-ish. Oh, so there is a day-night cycle. And you can stay real late, huh? Interessante. Oh, the windmill. Something stuck on one of the roller mill blades. Kinda? Corner of Norfolk, still standing in the gate area. Oh, this is the whole thing. Looking over the ledge towards the roller mill's blades, you see them spinning as per usual, except one of them, there's something stuck. You see a rod. A fancy thing. Decorated. How did it end up there? An esoteric event? Interesting. It appears you've spotted something interesting. That design is quite easy to spot among the mass-produced arcane-era magic items. It is an immovable rod. What are you looking at? Oh. He mouths and stares at the same thing you're looking at. Looks like a rod? Weird. An immovable rod? Yes. Are they rare? No. Uncommon. Though they can be quite useful as long as the esoteric forces upon them have not waned. I'm glad everybody's coming in having fun. Good to see everybody in the chat having fun. Hope you guys are doing well. I have the desire to cough and clear my throat, but it's not come to fruition yet. Thanks for the clip, Atchvy. Tasty aggressive coca Tebowing. Tebowing. Now that's a phrase I haven't heard in like 10 years. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was in the so some of you might know, but just for those who might not. As someone who grew up in Colorado and the Denver Broncos, like, they would not shut the fuck up about Tebow when he came in. And I didn't really have a lot of team pride. I wasn't a big football guy. So it was like, I didn't really care, but man, that was like everywhere when I was, the copium that was coming out for that, you know. No offense to Tim. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He seems like a decent sort, but just like, the copium that was coming out from that was crazy. Anyway, that just triggered. I don't know why that triggered me. It didn't really trigger me. It was like, man, I haven't heard of Tebowing in a long time. Anyway, they can be quite useful as long as the esoteric forces upon them are not waned. However, why is it lodged inside of a roller mill blade? That is a more fascinating query. Wait, wouldn't it be dangerous to try and grab it? You could die. Yeah. So maybe you shouldn't. I do have an advantage on it. No way, hold on. Well, if I'm gonna do that, we're gonna do the old-fashioned thing that we do with every game, and that is mess with our intangibles. So what gives me dexterity? Seems like a good one. Do that. Do I have anything for dexterity here? No, that'll be the opposite. Bow could work. I do like this, but let's do that. All right, so we're gonna stat scum it. I won't save scum it, but I will stat scum it. I have challenging 1d4 plus 1d20 plus 10. And what's my stat sheet at? Will not let me see it. Oh well. Anyway, here we go. Grab the rod. Here we go. How did I fail? Didn't I have all my stuff? You reach out, leaning as far as you can, and... No, wait! Cleric! Oh no. You missed the rod, but in the process of falling, you landed right onto the blade of the roller mill. Did I? I don't see myself. There I am. Ooh. Snail! Oh god, I'm going upside down. Oh god. Oh god. How did you even help me, Snail? Whoa. Snail, help me. What do you want me to do? Sprout fucking wings? Beyond the water, on the ridge of an ancient passive of Yorian stone, stands a young girl. Next to her, the mother. The child points towards the roller mill, exclaiming, "Mother, look! A cleric! He's riding the mill!" The mother responds with a sigh. Yes, yes, she tells her daughter. Come, we have to come home. We have to get home for 7. I just wanted the thing. I don't care. Just try to jump or something. Just do the right timing, okay? Okay. I can do that. What? The goblin cannot hear you when the wheels turned away from him. Look, just do what I say. On the next jump, spin, jump! All right. Well, I got myself into this mess. Can I get myself out? The answer would be no. Hi, Lurvin. Welcome in. Thanks for the boat. You clench every muscle in your body. You stare at the edge. The opportunity. The mill blade spins up to the perfect point and... No, I can't do it! Your body does not listen, nor does your mind, lacking courage. It is shaking as the mill rolls past once more. Come on, you gotta do it. I can't. You can't just stay up there. Don't be a coward. Coward. The word rings in your head. Coward. All right, I'll try again. Coward. Game. Come on, game. Nah, this is disco, all right. Here we go again. I can't do it. I can't. Don't be a coward. They are yelling at you. Do it. Ah, why are you doing? Why is it doing max damage every time? It rolls a 1. Okay, so that one, well, we'll just give myself max damage when it's time to take damage. Do it, coward. You know, I'm trying, game, but you don't seem to be very fair. Could have done it the first time. The rollerman spins and spins, your arms clenching the mill. The goblin watches with trepidation and takes a step back. Jump! You leap through the air, far, but not far enough. Click! At least for a graceful landing. Grab the ledge. So I took 9 damage from that interaction. Your body slams against the hard wall, your gloved hands clutching the ledge. You pull yourself up, rolling over to the side. The goblin helps as well as he can. Okay, close one. You okay? Good enough. As you stand up, you realize something falls to the ground. The rod. It lands with a thud on the stony walkway. Oh, why don't you grab that? I'm not sure. At least he gave me the rod. It is a hard wooden frame with a fancy iron set piece on each end. At least you put stats in dex. But yeah, but it was supposed to be dex. I thought like the original thing was dex, but I thought it was, maybe I read it wrong. Along the handle is a button. However, it appears permanently pressed down on. I see. Oh, it's an immovable rod. It's seen one of those before. I don't think it's supposed to move though, right? All right. We'll wait a minute because we're in ad break, but thanks everybody for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I'll wait for a second. How's everyone doing today? HV, BB, Lirvin, how's everyone having, thank you for the boats. How's everyone? Hope you guys had a nice Easter. I didn't do much. I did, well, I keep saying, I always say I didn't do much. And then I read, what about that activity you did most of the day, Merc? Oh yeah, I did do that at one activity. So it was like, oh yeah, I did do that, didn't I? I'm like, I didn't do anything, you know, except go out and like, you know, hang out with some people, my friends, celebrate their birthday, do a, thing like that. I was like, yeah, I didn't do any of that. But yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. I'm gonna have to definitely figure this out tomorrow after Japanese practice, which is like, I want to be able. It's 10 a.m. there. Been home for 3 days. Today I have to go to work. Well, I'm sorry. I hope you had at least a good couple days, Lyra. As for me, my work was eventful. I did pretty good. And good morning to BB. 10 a.m. Man, I used to be able to do that. Is it just me or the message is fading out quicker on my side? Maybe not. No, maybe I'm just imagining it. I'm still working on this. Me and BB are on the same time. Yeah, hey, that's good. I'm glad you guys are hanging out at the same time zone. Same time zone crew, rise up. It's kind of with me, a little bit with Wool. Not same time zone, but close-ish. With like, she's only an hour ahead of me. How was Pacopia? I did ask her. I guess she had fun. She made a ghost and everything. Where's Spider? I wonder. I hope she's okay. I know that usually she she takes breaks on Sunday, so I hope she's okay. Wow, that's an interesting treat. Sorry, I got this bit. Yeah, but going back to Spider, I hope Spider's okay. I hope she's doing well. Maybe she's sleeping in. Maybe she's taking a break. I know that, like, typically she doesn't think. Maybe she has plans with her friends with her family on Easter. Not entirely sure. But wherever she is. Oh, in our hearts, she's always here. The Spider is always here. I got back into Wolfstream in the end part as I raided into her. Oh, okay. Got it. All right. Ads are over. Thanks, everybody, for the patience. I appreciate it. All right, so we got this rod, and apparently it's not technically immovable. It's just stuck because the button's pressed down permanently. All right. Investigate. A quick swipe of your hand reveals its magical nature. The tingle. However, this item is clearly broken. Broken how? Try giving it to the goblin. Hey, you want this stick? Huh? The goblin grabs the rod. Let go. As you do, the goblin holds it alone. Yeah? It's really light. It's esoteric, clearly. Try tossing it into the air. Okay. He tosses his hand up, and the rod does not even leave his palm. What? He mutters and tries to let go of the magic item. I can't. It's like I'm glued to it? What the hell? Here. The goblin hands it over to you without a problem. He looks perplexed. Try touching it against the ground. As you do, it gets stuck to the ground. Somehow. It's a broken immovable rod. It's a movable rod. Yeah. Yes. Great name. Ha! Whatever object it touches last, the rod will be esoterically locked and aligned with. It cannot be moved once it touches an object, until it comes in contact with a second object. So what constitutes an object in this case? That would be an esoteric designation, usually determined by belief or common esoteric forces, or setting up specific rules left by Yor. In this case, it seems to indicate a dynamic object connected via mass. Were you to cut off your arm, that arm would be a new object. Were you to place that arm on the ground, it is not a new object. But if you were to, for example, staple the arm to the ground via pitons, then it could potentially constitute as part of the ground, depending on how harsh the defining forces are in this particular case. By the way, there's no real use in defining those rules right now. It would be interesting for further study at a later time. Man, intelligence could be a yapper when he wants to be. Gods, the blue one talks like. That's what I'm saying, Strength. It's just a magical stick. Simpleton. So, what could this be used for? Used? Oh, nothing. It's literally a useless stick. Really? Well, if used very carefully, it could be a bookend. You know how it works? It's stuck to one thing, and when it touches a new thing, it's stuck to that instead? They put it unsigned. Yeah, something like that. Something, sure. Look, it's clearly useless, but now you know. Was it worth it? I don't think that was worth the 9 HP. I mean, it's a cool stick. It is kind of cool. It is a very, very interesting stick. Those can never be bad. Right. I lost 9 HP and took a ride on the windmill, and all I got was this stick. +1 dexterity. Yeah, because I thought I had a bunch of dexterity tools, but apparently not good enough. I want to equip my halberd. I got the detect secrets from that. I like this one better. +1. I just like static things, although the minuses will come in handy later, I'm sure. All right. Active machinery inside. Well, let's check out this active machinery. There's another rust monster here. A bunch of site safety rules. Then it says, if broken, contact your local union representative. All right. I didn't mean to jut there. Can't interact. What the heck? What the heck? Long way to fall. Should be safe. Okay, we're gonna wait for that thing to come back up. Something's stuck to the gear. Oh boy, here we go. Ready to lose more HP. The cogs keep spinning, but you notice something. A shiny red thing stuck to the inner part of the top wheel. You approach the cog, and the sticky red thing stuck to it. No way. I will return. I've learned my lesson. Actually, can I have a snack? Because I'm a little hurt. Consume. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Consume, and then an apple. All right, we're full health. Good. So we can go up or down. Let's go down. You glance at the ladder. It's one hell of a climb. What kind of man? No. What kind of human cannot climb a simple ladder for 20 short feet? It would be embarrassing for anyone at any age to fail this. Why do you say it like that? Was that a disadvantage? Why was that disadvantaged? Taking a confident step onto the ladder, you begin your climb. You close your eyes as you do so, in order to fully immerse yourself in the experience of changing your elevation. You are afraid. It is very high, yet your body remains calm. But within a moment, you are at the bottom of the ladder! God, you're slow. Can we get moving now? Well, excuse me, Goblin Princess. The roller mill workers really left more than ledgers in their archive. Did they? Incense. Nice. And this? Oh gods, there's several stale baked goods here. Several stale baked goods, you say? This must lead to the rest of the roller mill. Huh. Do I have a map? All signs point to no. Door's barred. Not getting in there. A lower door, wooden door blocks your path. Feel the handle. Oh yeah, locked tight. That must lead to the back office. Haven't been there in what? Haven't been in here before, but I think they closed down a while ago. Sorry about that. It finally came out. Sorry about that. I heard rumors from some goblins that worked there. I think the owner fired them all out of nowhere. Huh. They spin down. If they close down, why is the mill spinning? Yeah, that's actually concerning now that I think about it. I'll ask around later. Nothing to worry about, though. I do have the lockpick. The esoteric lockpick is throbbing. It might help, you think? Your fingers work the mechanism with precision. Click, click, click. The lock gives way. The door swings open. You see nothing but black beyond. Complete, utter darkness. Can't see a damn thing in here. Navigate the darkness. You stumble inside, carefully allowing your vision to get used to the complete darkness in the underground. Storage chamber? Office space? Why don't I take the lead? Snell helps. He sure does. Godlike success. You move slowly, hands outstretched. Your fingers brush against the walls, around obstacles. Eventually, your eyes adjust to the faint light from the doorway. You can make out shapes now. Careful, cleric. Broken crates, scattered papers, a complete mess. And on the floor, shattered glowstones. They must have fallen from the ceiling when the tea shop exploded. You wade through the debris. This place has been abandoned for some time. Dust covers everything. What a dump! Search for anything useful. You sift through the papers and crates. Most of it is worthless. Old receipts, inventory lists. But then you find something. A document. A notice. Official letterhead. Notice of termination. Collective action violation. You scan the text. The roller mill owner fired everyone. They tried to form an Asgal union. All workers dismissed, effective immediately. Brutal. That explains why this place is empty. The owner shut down rather than deal with organized labor. Typical. To be fair, that's my experience. Classic move. Fire everyone and close up shop. Tale as old as time. Or at least as old as factory work. It's bourgeois bullshit all the way to the top. Snell is correct. Sadly. Yeah, it's awful. Ignore me. I'm getting tired here. You continue deeper into the chamber. At the back, you find an office. The owner's private space. Check the desk. Old papers, ledgers, more termination notices. And then, a drawer, locked, but poorly. The drawer slides open with a snap. Inside lies a smooth stone, one with several faces adorned on its sides. It pulses faintly with esoteric energy. A magic item. Esoteric. Examine the stone. Ooh, look at that thing. You pick it up carefully. A sending pebble. A magic item capable of casting a weak version of the sending spell, reaching targets within a kilometer. Due to it not requiring a receiving magic item, unlike a regular sending stone, it is exceedingly expensive and rare. Useful too, very useful. So I can, what is it? It allows me to teleport? You slip the pebble into your pouch. Time to leave. This place has given you all it can. I'm not finding anything else here. Let's go. You make your way back through the darkness. What a lovely delve. It was a nice little delve, wasn't it? Near the water. Don't fall in again. Don't do it. So where's this go? Employer. Should I pay for what I did? Nah. It's the employees who are wrong. That's a giant crab. That's a giant crab. So there's a sending pebble. Ooh, wisdom and charisma. Ooh, I like the wisdom. So it's just a better version of my wisdom tooth. Ooh, steamed hams. I'll examine it. You hold up the pebble. Please don't bother anyone with that, cleric. You think about who you can send a message to. There are a few targets you have in mind. So I can use this to send messages to people, right? You can. You can. The pebble of sending is a powerful magic item, not quite as versatile as the stone is sending. The difference is being the stone can send to anyone on the current plane of existence. The pebble has a limit of 1 mile. Okay, cool. So I can like send to other stuff, huh? Neat. I'm gonna save the game real quick because I haven't in a while, and you should probably save pretty often in this game. Shiny rock. Steam hams? They look like they came from the Krusty Burger. Oh, no. These are good old-fashioned recipe. Family recipe, handed down. You're not gonna attack me, are you, Mr. Crab? A regular, non-giant crab. You spot a crab on the rock. One of the greatest of the Ascani creatures, the Norvikian river crab. Official name, Turanian crawler. It does a little shimmy. Does it? I want to see it shimmy. There it goes. Yeah. Look at it go. Yes, cleric, that's a crab. Pet the crab. You reach forth. The crab immediately snips onto your index finger. Huh? The crab pincers grip your finger. Hard. Hard! Your index will come off soon. Help. Please let go, Mr. Crab. Please let go, Mr. Crab. Why is he so mean? Oh! You bend and you pry, but the crab will not let go. Blood is not flowing. Slowly, you will die. I love how optimistic Constitution is. Please let go, Mr. Crab. It says, and does not let go. Being polite always helps. You were polite to the crab. -5 DC. Politeness always pays off. You use your free hand to pry the pincers off your finger. When your finger is released, you immediately feel the blood begin to flow. Freedom! He was a good little fighter. A good crab. What do you know about the Yellow shop? It snips with its pincers. Once. What's that, Krabby? Johnny Longneck blew up the tea shop. Johnny Longneck, an infamous pirate captain of the Arcane era, had an airship capable of ransoming the safety of entire cities called the Green Rock. It, along with its captain, was lost in the wastes of Old Dominion around 200 AE. Damn, guess we'll have to find him. Johnny Longneck? Not again! Him and his dastardly plans. Also, I'm joking. Please do not take that seriously. We're not going to the Reedsian Waste to sneak out Johnny Longneck's crash site. Spoil sport. What are you voting in the election? It makes no noise in reply to your question. Are you allowed to loiter here? It does not respond. Citizen? Oh, it's a good thing I found these stale bread puffs, because I'm gonna need one. Can't eat. Too full. Too full. Alright. So where the heck am I? I guess I had to guess I'm about here? We went to the roller mill. Oh, we're down here. Alright, got it. Alright. You hear the dockyard beyond. Conquest by river, by land, by heart. This is Water Lane. Alright, I was looking for this. So now we're in Water Lane. Cool. I'm sure there's some people we can talk to here that might help us. The never sleeping docks of Water Lane, right below here. No worries, no worries. Statue of Earth. Who left this here? You approach the shrine. And yes, the little figurine does count as a shrine. Wait, can I heal here? Can't I heal here? Through divine assurance or something? Not precisely. The gods do not usually grant divine interventions for minor injuries. Do you think they care? If you want healing, you'll have to do it yourself. The power channeled through Earth? Yes. Come on. Is it really channeled? The guy's dead. Faded. Gone. You're most likely simply handing some esoteric leftovers smudged on the strings. Of course you can heal here, but only if you pray hard enough. I prayed hard enough. You focused your mind on Earth's symbol, his red eye, and you remembered the words. Watch upon me, Earth, shepherd of his folk. You're filled with the spirit, nostalgia, and power. Let me pick up the burden. Lend me your strength. You feel reinvigorated. This is it. This is prayer of healing. Yes, indeed. Ooh, I got a new spell. I'm done here for now. Cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna need to figure out a place to sleep soon, but what? Let me go back. Wasn't there something who said something about the dock? Like someone trying to, wasn't it Nick Spider said something about that? Or he was trying to get the warehouse in Water Lane. Yeah, the shop owner. He was gonna try and get like out on a crate or something stupid. Another second level, the prayer of healing. Up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within range gain hit points equal to your duty 8 plus your spell casting. This has no effect on undeads or crusher. I got a lot of good healing spells. I need something that will help me with like dealing with like an offensive spell might help. Okay, so we got gobbos, gobbos and gobbos and gobbos and gobbos and gobbos and gobbos. She won't talk to me. Can I go up there? No? No. Okay. Well, all right. Seems we're limited in what we can do. All right. Well, just keep looking. The game's pretty good about telling me what I can and can't do. Oh my. What's going on over here? There's something going on here. The Ascani Reeds Trading Company. With that signature Free Strider logo. Oh, there's fixing to be something going on here. Youth Asgal Modissa. Behold! Pretty good roll. A human, a level 2 rider, a girl on a mission. She's out to fight for the green, no matter the battle. Her brash exterior is no fakery, is her heart worn on her sleeves. Responsibility. That is the weight she feels weighing on her shoulders. Modissa does not see herself, her ego, as having any greater meaning. That meaning has been transposed from others. Her mentor, her friends, and most importantly, her ideology. Okay, so she's a bit of a stick in the mud. And then we have over here Rolo Malik. Ooh, I got a 15. The next generation, level 1 unemployed. Wow! The next generation, a late-stage teenager representing all young men among the Earthfolk. Statistically, it could be worrying. If all young men today feel as lost and unemployed as this one, then everything must be going to shit. At least he's politically active. That might also be a worrying detail. Young men with little to lose and everything to gain are, historically speaking, a common driving force behind world-changing conflicts. If the old guard nationalists do not represent them, if Tree Striderism does not support them, if Asgalianism is way too progressive, then what phrase will these rumblings lead us along? I'm sorry. I was choking on the topicalness. A little on the nose, don't you think? Anyway, what are you guys talking about? A tense scene. Oh, a cleric. Just in time. 4 young guys. Each looking a bit nervous. Except the angry-looking blonde kid. We confiscated the illegal goods, he says and bows his head. For the city! He turns his head towards one of the kids behind him. How's it going, Earthness? I'm trying, hold on. Hey, stop that. Pointing at the lanky kid trying to cast a cantrip. Oh, he's like doing fire. Hey, stop that. He freezes and gives the blonde kid a nervous look. Oh, sorry, cleric. You see Rollo waving towards him, a gesture for him to ignore your comment. I'm Rollo, the blonde kid says and takes a bow. Rollo Malak, at your service. Behind me are Earthness, Stenbuskin, and Tolly. We're members of the Novikian Resistance, a movement to your thieves and ignorant book burners. The girl adjusts her spectacles and straightens her back. With all due respect, Mr. Cleric, don't believe a word from these thugs. You notice the other 2 girls behind her, a halfling and a dwarf, both look at each other. Assholes! Careful, it's an actual cleric. Thugs? Come on, Modissa, really? Like the AY aren't just a bunch of ruffians. I've seen enough. The goblin whispered, just activists clashing. The AY? As Gallius use. See a green armband? Alright. I'm confused. Is there a problem here? Problem's been taken care of, Lord Cleric. Oh, fuck off! They've stolen, she hisses and turns to Rollo to Barga. You stole our entire Waterling delivery! Yeah, sure, of an illegal newspaper. Lord Cleric, I assure you, we're doing the city a favor here. I take that back. It's just a bunch of LARPers. LARPer, an insult, meaning someone who's delusional and role-plays themselves into a position of power or importance. Based on LARP, meaning life-acting role-play. I see, it's a lover's quarrel. Lord Cleric, I dig it. I am the Lord Cleric. Wait a second, no, I need to correct something here. I'm not Cleric. Okay, so I'm sensing a conflict here. You're here to uphold the law, right? So arrest these assholes, now! The dwarf grabs her hand and holds back. Modissa, calm down, please. Pointed to his gout. Alright, you, explain your side. She scoffs. Okay, fine. Her dwarven friend mutters, Modissa, in a concerned tone. Her friends are trying to keep her from being too brazen. Why? If they're right, she should be brazen. Copper press fever. We deliver papers for the Asgalian chant. Maybe you've heard of it? It's a pretty big deal. He chuckles. She draws a sharp breath. We have a busy schedule, and right as we started delivering papers in Waterling, these pieces of shit start following us. Taking papers we've just delivered right out of people's mailboxes. It's illegal, right? Asked the halfling girl. I don't know. I don't know what the law is here. I mean, not illegal. I don't know. I don't know. Somewhat illegal. Of course it's illegal. Your opinion does not even register. She does not even hear. Insolent behavior. And then they grab one of our paper stacks from Zerbia, like straight up assault and theft. And Modissa, it wasn't. They can't get away with this. It probably was not that bad. Poor girl. All right, so what I'm getting from this is, yeah, they're taking newspapers because they don't agree with it. She's pissed off. She might be exaggerating a little bit, but still, like, They're not allowed to just like grab things from people. All right, you, what's going on here? First of all, thank you for listening to reason. I know we look like some dumb kids. I mean, you probably are, but we're not. Something about his expression makes you think the exact opposite. Burning the written word does nothing to dispel such a notion. He gestures towards you and then to himself. We're on the same team here! I don't look dumb, he says, looking dumb. Stop stalling. Tell me what you're doing here. So, we heard about the Asgallo chant being delivered on Tolstad, or I did, at the guild. I work at the fishery, and I see every day how Earthfolk get radicalized by dwarven nonsense. So I figured I'd get the boys with me and we'd, you know, put a stop to it. You want to stop the production of a copper paper? We couldn't figure out anything where the thing was printed or anything. A lot of copper presses zines don't really have official companies behind them. Especially trash like the chant you hear coming from the short kid in the back. I'm guessing that you're talking about that one. That's Tolly. And the one trying to the dumb fire starter is the dumb bestie. He hasn't spoken up yet, so he could just be a tag along. Go fuck yourself, Tolly. Hey, relax. I'm telling our story here to the good Lord Cleric. He turns back to you and coughs once. Of course, it's illegal to distribute unlicensed papers in every official district, so I ask around. Apparently, someone saw these girls at the university going around, delivering it. It wasn't that difficult to figure out. It was Modissa doing the deliveries. Fucking Modissa. She's not allowed to do that. I'm guessing you're Sten, the large kid in the back says. Wait, you guys know each other? What? There's a history here? Yeah. Back in school, everybody knew who Modissa was. The Asgalliest Annoyance, the blonde kid says with a grin. Such a terrible nickname. Unimaginative and boring. Also, fuck you. Anyway, that's how we got here. They're delivering an illegal magazine. We put a stop to it. He grins wide and proud. What does the law say about this conflict? The Asgal chant, or whatever silly name its anonymous publisher gave it, is not licensed for distribution in Tolsted. Requiring licenses for public distribution is a typical method to repress journalistic intent in Norfolk. The city knows that terrible papers should not be given out. At the same time, it's also illegal to steal delivered newspapers from mailboxes, even if those papers are delivered illegally. So, you're saying everybody's wrong. So both are in the wrong? In different ways, yes. Although it's clear the boys are bullies and the girls are victims. I kind of get that too. Like, it seems like they don't seem to like you guys very much. They don't like you very much, do they? Okay, so what are you guys voting in the election? Not the time, Snow says, rubbing his eyes. The Workers' Party. Duh. Same for me. Yeah. And these stupid boys are obviously voting for the party of Norvik. No, we're not. None of us are. Yeah, fuck that. What? Yeah, no. Hi, Alan. Welcome in. Thanks for the vote. Appreciate it. Yeah, no. The silent kid in the back raises his fist in the air. Fuck the establishment. Norlo nods to Claire. There are deeper forces at work here. Divine forces. But you're not voting for anything? Indeed! We're not voting! At all! He looks insanely proud. If you don't engage with democracy, the bad guys win. Oh man, I don't want to sound like a filthy sin. I don't want to sound like a liberal. But that is the only way we have it available. How you doing, Alan? Hope you had a good Easter. Doing well. I don't know what to say. Like, part of me, like, personally, like, I get my slowly growing understanding. Like, I get why he's like, I fucking hate the government, but why the fuck would I vote? It's not gonna matter. I kind of get that sentiment, right? I get where he's coming from. Plus, he's clearly a stupid kid, right? So it's like, yeah, he's a stupid kid, right? So, like, I kind of understand where he's coming from, but I don't want to just go. I feel like two is too extreme, but I think that's the idea of these games. It's like with Disco. You're supposed to kind of, they're not going to give you like a gray area. It's like one or the other, right? And I'm like, I think like my first instinct was like, fair. We, the blonde kid says, gesturing to his three friends, we're fighting the evil powers, ready to establish a true resistance to anti-human sentiments. For Earth! The girl with the creased brow sighs loudly. That sounds like a conspiracy. Uh-huh. Blonde kid looks at right on. Oh, I get it now. He's really stupid. Yeah. Okay. I've come to a conclusion. All right. I've heard all arguments. I am the cleric, as the Lord Wizard Cleric. Good, she says and nods. She's hiding a nervous expression. Great. Good. He outwardly very nervous. Approach the blonde kid to see if you can get these nationalists to back off. Approach the girl to see if you can argue against these egals. I don't think compromise is necessarily here, but like, if I had to pick one, nationalists are not the way I'm going here. That's just my heart. I know strength is going to be very upset with me, but like, yeah, I'm not here for like the nationalist stuff, guys. You guys are dumb. You've been on the CNN a little too much. I think like it's time to go. Oh, hey. He stares at you, trying to retain his composure. He's terrified. You're frustrated already. You're likely to take it out on both sides if you fail at getting them to give back the papers. Beware. Snell's presence calm you. Tell him to give back the papers in a controlled... Can I stare him down a little? Stare at him. His pores are sweating. The kid is horrified at your helm presence. 4. Please don't... Why would you fuck me, game? Good. You're in control. Take a deep breath and tell this kid to return the papers and you're not allowed! Oh. Oh no, the anger. The blonde kid stumbles back. It's taking over. Stop it! No burning! What? But this is... He fights you. We're protecting Earthflow from this filth! Filth? How would you know, Rollo? Can you even read? Yeah. Hey, shut it! Guys? The dwarf girl mutters and glances at you. She knows you're about to blow up. Stay quiet! I'm trying to stay in control. Typical, reverting the dumb insults. Earth niece. Do it! They're not listening. I'm trying, he says, and keeps shooting sparks at the damp paper pile. Just stop! Has to be illegal to set a fire in the middle of the street, right? Right, Mr. Cleric? Of course it is! Anger brewing? Seriously. Stop this, no, it's not. The silent kid in the back keeps nodding profusely. Burn it! Come on! The rage enters your heart. That's it! Your outburst actually makes them go silent. I'm done! They glance at each other. Guess that works. Now, Cleric, what? Someone has to die for this! Excuse me? Die? Execution. Right now. One of you. There's a stunned silence sweeping over the previously rowdy street. And since you all love democracy so damn much... What's he doing? Each of you vote. You got 10 seconds. Person with the most votes gets the honors. Stand in between them and point to a spot where the execution... Why do I keep failing? I mean, I'm interested, but why do I keep failing? Guys, why do I keep failing? All of these skill checks, why do they fail me? You can't do that? Wait a second. No! The large kid lifts his hands and points towards Rollo. Don't vote for me, you asshole! What the fuck? Rollo, should we get the hells out of here? Your companion stays silent. A smirk? He's trying really hard not to laugh his ass off. I don't. I'm skillless. I'm completely skillless. The blonde kid quickly grabs the stack of papers and tosses it at the girl. Fuck this! Run! The second Modesta grabs the stack, she mutters something under her breath, then she and her girlfriends rush away as well. Young and dumb, within seconds, the two sides disperse. The goblin gives you a shrug. Unorthodox. A bit crazy. But hey, it worked. Ooh, dissipate the rage. A true display of power. You weren't actually gonna... course not, Snell. Okay, cool, sure. I really believe you. I don't think he believes me. That's a shame. Damn, I failed it. But then again, I also kind of succeeded. Everybody walked away. And the girl's got her papers back. Power. You should find the location of this copper press and name on the neighbor's secret area. Gallius. So that's another thing. But we got another feat here, apparently. Take root. Is this a feat? Trouble brewing. Young women running around the streets, slinging as Gallius propaganda to unsuspecting citizens. Boys causing chaos in the name of some hapless magazine-inspired rebellion. This cannot be tolerated. It kinda can be. What? It can be tolerated. It's just some kids. That kind of looseness will bring order to its knees. It's all. The Asgal use did nothing to warrant such pushback. This era is one of communication. Ideas interchanged freely between a populace of free-minded thinkers. Folk dreaming of an egalitarian potential. However, the problem lies with the unfortunates who break and sear Folkarian thought with reckless unkindness. Folkarian? Concerned with or seeking to promote the welfare of all folk. Okay, you must pray for them. Beg of them to please stop being so mean. Appealing to the better nature? Great idea. Be sarcastic. Great idea. Being appealed to the nature? Great idea. So it's basically if I say it with or without some stank. So, appealing to the better nature? Oh, great idea. Or appealing to the better nature? Great idea. Do you really think that would work? One can wish. Those boys might be unkempt and roughed, but they are proud citizens of a great city. They are performing a service, albeit a crude one beyond the realm of law. But the youth as gals, they're even more unlawful, to a much steeper degree. How do you care? In a battle between lawfulness and disorder, those book-burning boys, clearly. The girls are just doing a technically criminal crime. The boys were doing multiple literal, actual fire-related crimes. It is a morality issue, not a legality issue. You weigh morality upon the shoulders of ideology in this case. You see that, do you not? The only shoulders being weighed upon here are your manly, bulging, muscular traps! What has happened here is a complication upon society, a representation of wider culture. Young men are drawn towards the rough, downtrodden world of the dreamers, the hope of national unity through an Utherian story, one of leadership and honor, but without that guiding star there is no singularity, no control, no wise king to bend the knee to. Instead, those boys are simply expressing pain through violence, enacted onto those who are attempting to craft a more caring future, that is, young women. They, as opposed to young men, are drawn towards a more social type of unity, with welfare and Asgalian-flattered hierarchical structures. Beyond Asgal himself, who is in his function also a male figure, it is womanly people you shall look towards. Lady Fair is one. The halfling god? Yes, Lady Fair and those not, the walking god who gave everything to save her people. A young halfling leads her clan through a mountain pass and defends it for 3 days and 3 nights. She is known to be responsible for the founding of the Fordnip Commonwealth. Fordnip Commonwealth, the unified states of halfling lands in western Ascan, also known as the Clan Lands. They were allies of Norvik in the early days of the conquest. Today the relationship is strained after Norvik refused to aid them against the Golden Horde. Her words are few, but spread far across the coast. Her church is quite active among Norvikian society, as an organization of charity, one open to all folk no matter their origin. An egalitarian dream. This is why women, as harsh as it is to say, are simply more suited for Norvikian leadership. Lady Fair makes it clear. A house held by women stands by any season. But I want to lead the future, and I'm not a woman. Does that mean... How about... I feel like there should be more middle ground here. What about a house held by a person never fails? That's catchy, right? Right? I have no interest in the future or any type of leadership. I want to stay in the darkness and wither away. I agree. Women clearly build a more thoughtful and caring world for us all. No, I don't feel that's how I believe things. Like, I think it's not necessarily a matter of gender. I don't think it's a man, woman, black, white situation. It's a top-down situation, right? It's a system situation, and just like any other system, it's not just men. Even though right now it's male-dominated, a female-dominated system, I think, would have its own share of complications, right? Not necessarily the same ones, but different complications, you know? I'm not saying, like, it would be... I'm not saying, like... I you know... It's complicated, but what I'm feeling is it's like... It's not about, like, oh, the world would be better if, like, all women were the only ones who run the world. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like the problems would be different, right? And there would still be, like my friend I have a good friend who's a feminist and stuff like that. And I'm just like, the point of feminism, to my understanding with my talks with her, is more like, it's about equality, not special treatment, equal treatment. And if I follow that from a critical thinking / logical standpoint, the idea is that, well, if it's equal treatment, then equally, a woman can have just as much as ambition for good or ill as a man. It's just that right now the systems we have in place are very male-oriented. Maybe that makes sense. Anyway, the point is, like, it's like saying, like, I feel like simplifying it or watering down to, like, yeah, if only women were in charge, the world would be a much better, happier place. I think it gets too watered down and too overly simplistic in some ways, right? Anyway. But I don't have enough information to make it. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because I'm in this darkness hole for a little bit. I got to make a choice here. I don't want to live in darkness, so I'm going to say with 3. What about a house held by a person never fails? That's catchy, right? Right? It's sort of, Women clearly more thoughtful. Feel like a good man for thinking such egalitarian things. I don't want to lead in the future, and I'm not a woman. Does that mean... I don't know. I feel like there should be some middle ground. What about a person by a person? Sounds catchy, right? There is something so powerful about dreams. Ideas spreading from man to woman, woman to man. But the Asgalian dream is not a blessing. It is a smile wrought in pain. A vision of 1,000 layers of intersecting nets and labels, tangling every person, and snaring them into oppressor or oppressed. There can't be normal people in power. Such people don't get there, certainly not in our time. The situation will simply change in the opposite direction. Kind of what I'm saying. Like, it's not a like man, woman, black, white, left, right situation. It's a system issue. And there is oppression. There are unfair hierarchies. The world is corrupt, but not fundamentally. If these boys are pushing back against Asgalianism, it is only natural. It is an ideology which pushes a foundational belief that they are naturally, oppressively superior. If a young man grows up in squalor, finding zero advantages from him being a man among patriarchs, nor any power for being the human, especially if he grows up within non-human clusters, something many of the poorest humans do, when he is unable to find a job at age 19 and has almost no political, societal, or economic power in his life, which dream do you think he would believe in? The one calling him to fight to reclaim what is his by right? A good life as a future patriarch? Or the one calling him an oppressor? It does not call him an oppressor. That is an unfair... See, this is where I was thinking it was going, because, like, that's... And... I love... First of all, can I just say, the writing in this game is quite clearly... They've clearly put a lot of effort into these things to be... Whoever wrote this game has a lot of deep thoughts about, like, and analytical thoughts about, like, gender, politics, geopolitical stuff, and all that. They've clearly done some research and thought about this a lot, because it's deep and it's interesting, but it tackles a lot of the... I hope that a lot of people will play this game just because, like, it might force them to think critically about these things, because, like, these are the kind of things I think about a lot too. I'm not going to claim to be an expert in anything like that, but, like, these kind of conversations I've had with myself more and more lately to try and better understand the world. Anyway, it does not call him an oppressor. That is an unfair reading. Asgallianism is about systemic change. That young man is trapped in the same cycle of violence that all men find themselves since the dawn of time. That he must fight. That he must be a patriarch to have that good fight. And this is the other part, right? Like, Strength is like, yeah, well, why wouldn't he believe in that? Because he's like, which one am I supposed to believe in? The one that says I can be a big, powerful man? That's like what's going on with the youth today, right? Like, that's why you have this like manosphere and like a lot of guys getting a lot of bad information for some really toxic people because they're like, well, like, this is what I'm told I'm supposed to be like, you know? This is what I've been told that men are supposed to be like. But it's kind of outdated, especially in like 2020. You know, it's kind of outdated to think in those like black and white terms, like this is how a man should be and this is how a woman should be. And just like, that's just not how we are. Like, that's like 1990, 2000s thinking, man. And now wisdom's like, yeah, it's like, it's even he's the victim. Even the young man's the victim in this because he's like, yeah, he's grown up in the system and says, you got to be like this. And if you're not this way, then you're a failure as a man, you know? But the only way to get around that is to look at the system that's causing this problem. It's causing pain on both sides. Anyway. Asgallianism, yeah. Asgallianism would lay the foundation that allows him to be free from those burdens. He would be free to find that job, that good life, with the same prospects as everyone else. That foundation is laid by raising women to the forefront, allowing them to flatten out hierarchies and bring about a new world. I suppose if a man already has it pretty terrible in a world where he's supposed to be at top, then a world where his advantages are gone would seem even worse. I'm sure there's a female perspective here somewhere as well, but I've only read about that in Mom's books. It seems to me like it's more of a branding issue. The Asgallians need to be more in tune with the economic aspect of intersectionality. They're clearly losing out on a ton of angry burning boys. There's a bear market for book burning boys that you could get into. Look, I just want what's best for women. I don't care about men or women. I'm an equal hater. We all suck. Now that one's a bit more nihilistic or cynical. I think it's more like, I understand one. I think two's great. Branding issue, I don't know. It's like, but like, that's kind of where, like, when it said economic aspect of intersectionality, I think that's the idea, but just like, you know, it's like, I read that there's a female perspective here somewhere. I'm sure there's a female perspective here somewhere as well, but I've only really read about that one in Mom's books. I feel like that's too like misogynistic to a degree. Anyway, God, the thing is, like, the more they talk, the more they both bring up good points, and then the choices that come up, I'm like, I don't know which one to pick, because like I feel like, God, this is difficult. This is like literally trying to get me to be like, what is your belief? Like, what are your principal stances? What are you, the player's principal stances, right? It's kind of making me think about it. It's like, geez, what do I feel in some ways, right? Because one is the definitely like, down is definitely understandable from the sense of like, yeah, like, you know, imagine like, if we go back like that loop, right? You're a man, you're like, you've been told if you don't get these things, you're a failure. And then you'd be like, guess what? Now any advantages you had to try and help you get that, you're gone, right? I feel like you'd get a lot more black pilled people. They'd be like, that's weird. That's where you get maybe that toxic masculinity. We're like, no, because you're like, you don't want to get rid of your advantages because that's human. It's like, I like my cushy life. I don't want to give up the things that make me cushy, you know, just for somebody else, you know. I don't want to put something of myself away to help other people. I kind of get it. It's a natural thing to be like, why would I give up something for someone else I don't know? Like someone who's outside of my my family, or someone who's not a good friend, or like my wife or something like that. Anyway. God, this is difficult. I'm thinking really hard and I'm not sure what to pick. I think I've whittled it down to like 2 or 3. I'm like, I feel like 3 is where I'm going, because it's like, look, if you tell these guys that, like, as Gallius, like, look, guys, it's not about everybody gets a hand up on this, right? And it's like, you don't have, you will also have that chance. I feel like maybe that's the eye. That is an argument, but it does not change the core values. You need to come to that realization. The one every boy reaches towards the late stages of their capitalistic, pubertistic, and social awakenings that, no, not at all. It is only your placement you must understand. Figure out where you've planted those 2 feet of yours, and accept where your bones will begin their incessantly slowish grind into the pavement. Learn more. Steel yourself. Seek love. Be more. Suddenly understand gender, or realize your place in the world. Ooh. They're both pretty good. Hey, Boat, should I realize my place in life in the world, or should I just suddenly, like, I understand gender? God, this game, oh my God, my brain. I am not prepared for this game on a Monday night after a long day of work. Oh my God. Okay, I will bow to wisdom over strength, because there is strength in wisdom, and I will decide to suddenly understand gender. Or I will fail miserably. No. This is far more complicated than you ever could have imagined. So many relations, so many intersectional divergences. How a man who feels feminine connects in the hierarchy with a woman who feels womanly but acts manly in order to fit among patriarchal standards, only to be controlled by a manly woman who seeks feminine ideals in order to break those same standards. It is simply too much for you to make sense of, to break down, to sample even an inch of the truth from the whole. No one said this whole egalitarian dream is going to be easy. That is true. Now imagine how big streamers are supposed to conduct elections here. That'll be such a fuss around it. This is far too much for you right now, at least. I wonder, like, God damn it, like, God, I know a particular streamer, like, if I knew him personally, I would be like, yo, bro, you gotta check this out. He would love it, because he liked disco like me too. It's like, bro, you gotta check this out. You would love this. He would adore this game, I think, to some degree. Anyway, maybe it is only your side of the aisle which you have any hope of understanding this day. To know man in order to know woman. Then, yes, everyone lay upon your spectrum, each judged for their perceived and internalized values. You are approximately 0.52 decimals across the line into masculinity. That is, in a less abstract definition, a little halfway to being a full man. Sorry, what? Slightly over halfway, yes. I'm only halfway? It is not ideal. Does that mean I'm a woman? Of course not. You do not react like some sensitive wimp. The feminine is a beautiful ideal by itself. Fearing it, feeling your position on the spectrum is weakness by itself. The average man, if you think back to your ability to sniff out manhood, usually placed around 0.5 decimals of masculinity. That makes you 0.02 more man than the average man. So that's not halfway then. Halfway to being the most manly. Yes, you are approximately, averagely, decently, middle ground manly. You know what? I'm okay with this. A perfectly sized manhood inside of a perfectly median-shaped man. I can work with that. You already have, for many years. Now, you will choose. What? You will know the truth. Choose the side. Tell me more about Lady Fair? The halflings built a religion out of feminine love. You can do something similar. Extra proficiency in roles when speaking with feminine characters. Or tell me about future patriarch. A brotherhood, a patriarchy, a good and just world. It is within your grasp. Extra proficiency in roles when speaking with masculine characters. Interesting. What does feminine and masculine mean in this context? It means when the target land on your spectrogenum. There will always be one side of this esoterically decided middle point. If you disagree with that judgment, take it up with Jor. That is the probable outcome. But do not always assume the gender placement of a target. The world is often more complicated than you initially imagine. I wonder which one well, do you guys have a choice? In all honesty, you must think of this as a representation of your future struggles. In other words, the person who blew up the tea shop, the one you must discover. Will it be a man or a woman? It could be either. A man! A sorcerer would surely be able to sling such esoteric force, but a man is more likely to an addict. I'm ready to make a decision. Do so. Stand tall. Do not be afraid. I want to be better talking to women, because I'm a big shy boy. It is done. The feminine has entered your body, your soul, your body. Oh, I got the feminine in my blood! Be kind to all. Be slightly less confused about gender. Slightly. Slightly less confused about gender. All right, so I have extra proficiency rolls with speaking with feminine. Oh, and I gained a level. Ability score, +1, hit points, hit die, and more spells. So now I get an ability score. I could put more in that. I could try to, my dexterity is taking a punishment from something else. Become anything you need to make everyone finally love you. Be arguably sociopathic. That's my favorite one. There are no big bad evil guys. Be a genius without peers. Intelligence has been rocking it lately. I don't know which one to pick. I feel like, here's the other thing about, and then now this is where my D&D comes in. Okay, so here's the thing. That gets me increase. That gets me the ability increase. And at that point, I should probably pump into another stat that I want. So I could get dexterity up to 10 to get it to 0. I need to get to 12 in order to get to the next big thing. So I'm gonna put this in wisdom because that seems to get my proficiency up. So I'm gonna do that. All right. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was fun. Oh man, that was a lot. I like this game. Guys, I like this game. I think it's fun. The bin is making a strange sound. How strange? The voice is coming from a primal spirit. Primal. 3 pillars of magic. It represented by the natural, wild, savage, and elemental forces of Jor. It cannot be controlled, only bargained with. Open it. As you lift it aside, you immediately see something moving in the pile of shredded documents and old scraps of food. What could it be? A pair of legs. Seamworth? Seeingly, jumping out of the puddle with a poof of moldy dust, it is a pine cone, and we'll get to know this pine cone after the ad break. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I appreciate it so much. I'll see you on the other side of this break, okay? Holy crap, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. Thanks for the hydrate, Lerv. I'm about to go get my water just for that. I'll be right back. Oh, man. Show us the bottle. All right, Lerman. All right, all right, all right. Hold your horses. I got your bottle. Here you go. Ready? You ready? Here's your bottle. You see? There. This beautiful 500 milliliter. No, it's actually, is it? Yeah, it's 1,000 milliliters. And there you go. There's your hydrate. Thank you. Boy, was I thirsty. Oh, we're already at the end of end break. Cool. Thanks, everybody. Alrighty. Let's get back to after understanding gender. We found a pound co. Just didn't go to the toilet. I didn't. I didn't, huh? Is that right? Funny. You guys are a laugh a minute. Thanks for being here there. All right, here we go. So we found a pine cone, apparently. It is a pine cone. A pine cone with limbs. I've been hung! It hands you some leaves while doing a strange, seemingly improvisational dance upon the trash. Wait, are you one of those before you're able to do anything? The little creature poofs away. Is that what's been tailing me this entire time? One of nature's essential workers. A blessing to meet it in the wild. Disgusting little creature. As it fades, you see only trash. I've heard of those things. Never seen them, though. What do you know about them? That's what I read in the paper. And what Nesson goes on about. They're called Vaptar or something. Lamplighters Guild has a public spat with them a couple months back. He points to the lamps behind you. Apparently, they mess with the everlasting lights. Nesson? A freelancing gardener. She's at her office in the garden in the afternoons. Talk whether you need any, druid-type assistance. His eyes shift. He does not like talking about this woman. Trauma? But yeah, I was just saying the Lamplighters. I get why they were mad, but I think they solved everything once the PCG got involved. Pest Control Guild. And, they're never gonna be all over the garden. They're supposed to be all over the garden, too. Not that I've ever seen one. Anyhow, they clearly seem to like you. Let's keep it like that. He gives you his nonchalant half shrug. It's waddling. There's always something going on here. Sure is, buddy. Sure is, best friend. Sure is, best Gobbo friend. Alright. It says S. Ulan and Sons. That sounds familiar. Is that one of the, is that the one I could take the spell book to? Slan and Sons? I thought that sounded like them. Slot in the door here. You approach the door. Bookbinder, you got business here? Of course, Nell. I have a deep love for books. That's fun. Didn't expect that, considering everything. I'm not a big reader myself, but I indulge occasionally. You sound surprised. It's just banter. You can handle it. What kind of... What did you think? I didn't like books? I'm a professional, highly esoteric cleric. I love books. What kind of wizard would dislike book? Be a wizard. Barbarians don't read. They eat meat and fight. You can read? He shrugs. I mean, it's a stereotype. Figured to be more original than that. So what? I'm an illiterate ape wizard? Those haven't existed since the Fade era. I don't know about that, but I learn something new about you every minute, it seems. Well, maybe we shouldn't stand here and talk in front of a shop. You knock and we leaving. Within seconds of the knock, the slit in the door slides open. Beyond you, you see a pair of your large yellow eyes glaring at you. Hey, yo. Is this pest control? His eyes quickly tilt to the left. No? Oh. The eyes push closer to the slit of the door. As they do, a bunch of gray feathers pokes out. A bird folk. Huh? A cleric? Yeah, duh. Because there's no denying it now, you are a cleric. The birdman behind the door ruffles his feathers. Shenlialon is my name. If you want up pest control, I need nothing from you. Please leave. I have a rune prayer book. Can you fix it? Prayer book? Yes, I've seen quite a few. Drop inside, I will check a look. Yes. Horrible. Salt water. Left swollen. You could have avoided the worst of this if the drying process had been handled better, but I will rebind this foulness for you. Great! Thanks. One more thing before you run off. I will need guidance on the direction of the right binding. The spells inside are lost. The style and formatting can be saved. Using my skills, I can aim at something from the towers, which would be the most similar to the original work. I could also focus on right binding in the style of a druidic ledger, perhaps a grimoire of the dark and forbidden arts. You know druidic stuff? I have many customers, including the various druids of the city. They have an aversion to modern practices, hence my services are well appreciated. Ooh. I just realized what I could get from this. Forbidden magic? Isn't that illegal? Hence the name. I am a registered spellcaster in your city. He lets out an annoyed bird sound. That gives me the rights to handle any magical components and tools, no matter the outcome, as long as I do not cast it myself. Thus is your law written. Make your decision. Okay, so I could get an intelligence upgrade, forbidden magic, or druidic ledger. I am kind of pumping wisdom. Intelligence could be useful too. Riz would be nice. I'm gonna try and riz it. I want forbidden magic. That I will do. Return tomorrow, not while the sun rises. I am either resting or working intently during those hours. Anything else you want, or will you leave me to my work? Why do you need help from the pest control guild? Rats! Oh, they are awful. Keep spawning out of the sewer pipes. Yeah, the PCG should really take care of that. Yes! He lets out an angry bird noise. That bastard guild leader Torlin Slip keeps telling me how they don't have time. No time? They have a dozen teams running around the city. No time? I've heard the big problem is they can't get anyone to do pest control missions at 1-star levels. PCG is a ranking system based on the danger of pests they handle. Ah, rats would be a 1-star problem. Halfways. We haven't relied on the PCGs for years. They don't have time for anything under a 2-star danger ranking. It is very annoying. I have looked into it, and the problem is the pest control teams that join the guild take on 1-star missions for a couple of weeks. Then they quickly start focusing only on the higher paying tasks, and all the actual normal pests keep spreading throughout the city. It is a ridiculously idiotic system. So while all the mimics and monsters keep getting slayed, there's nothing to be done about these rats. Mimic, horrifying shape-shifting monster, capable of copying the looks of any object it discovers, although with some size limitations depending on the type. If you touch it, you'll get stuck and probably eaten. The pest control guild uses a legendary paw design. The problem is it's too privatized. If the city had full control of all pest control, then even the less valuable missions would be handled, obviously. The bird takes a few breaths after his rant. Best part. My nephew has a team himself. The White Doves, they're called. And I've tried sending messages to him also. He says the same thing. Too busy, too busy. I could take a look at it. Sounds like a quest. If you do, I would be very happy. The rats come from the sewers connected with the city below. What's your nephew? He calls himself Valerian Windrider. That is the Norvikian way of saying his name. He's also active with that Free Strider party, or interested in throwing a vote for my fellow Owlkin. He works with those filthy Yobus, which I am not happy about. Oh, and a halfling, a cleric, in fact, of the Lady Fair Church. Oh, I've heard of that church, over in Housing, right? That's the one. I think they're connected with a gay orphanage. Well, good luck with that. Think about it. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I'll come back. Don't have to do everything all at once. Alright, we got Wizard, Barbarian, Rogue. We got a bunch of things going on over there. I don't know which one to pick, except for Cleric, apparently. You've declared yourself the Cleric Nordic 5 times. It's a grand title, suitable for a true human like yourself. You have made it clear one single time now. You're a dick-ass rogue, and nobody can stop you from being the coolest sneaker on Tolstead. As of now, you have said one single time you're a wizard, which you are. Despite the get-up, your true talent lies within the arcane, obviously. All right, where do we go now? Democratic propaganda. All right. We still got a lot more to do. And go up there. I'm trying to find out if there's anything else I can reasonably find. Where does this go? I also probably need to find a place to sleep. Clerics need sleep too, last I checked. The city below the city. We're back here? Oh, right, the little shanty town. Right. Chizuka! Welcome in. Thank you for the 67 boats. That's a lot of boats. It says dormitory, out of commission. Sick. It's out of commission because it's so sick. Anyway. You got a bot on your server. I do? Uh-oh. I better figure that out. Is it streamer bot? If it's not streamer bot, I'm in trouble. Is it streamer bot? If it's streamer bot, it's okay. He's supposed to be there. Enma Luna. Oh. That's not good. I wonder what happened. Let me check. Wait. Can I look at that from here? Immediately start sending DMs in here. Well, thank you for letting me know. Let me take care of that for you. Also got DM right. All right, well, let me deal with that. Thank you for letting me know, fellas. I think JT is not here, otherwise he probably would have taken care of it. How do I do this? Where is the chat thing? Moderation. Nope. I don't see it on the bot. I don't see the bot in the users section. Did they leave? Did you guys rat them out and they left? Because they're not in my list at the moment. Maybe they left? I didn't get anything. They might have left. But thanks for letting me know, fellas. If it pops up again, let me know and I'll bonk them good. I'll literally join today. Still on the server. Oh, you mean Discord? I thought you were in thing here. They just start spamming everybody? I'll get rid of them. Sorry. My bad. My bad, guys. Let me go deal with them. All right, you're getting the boot. On view. Ban. And they're gone. I don't know how they got on. I guess they figured out a way to get through the role assignment thing or the rules and info. I definitely have to think another thing I have to do is figure out how to get them. I have to figure out how to get like the Discord server moved over to like a community server with some more moderation controls. But I'll figure it out. What? Your muscles tensing up. Masked assassin. Uh-oh! A face of iron appears from nothing. You hear the goblin say something to you. Dagger. He doesn't need to raise his voice. You know the gravity of the word. This creature visits death upon your door. Fight back! This is no time for introspection. Get ready, now! Oh, that's just my luck today. All right. Breathing stopped. Fear response begun. The masked one is ready. The masked one immediately rushes towards. A sharp dagger thrust towards his target. You feel the steel brush up against your chest. The ring mail underneath is the only thing keeping you from being gashed open. This guy wants to kill you. Don't let him. Ugh, great advice. Can't you ask him to put the blade away? Heart racing. Death approaching. Try to gain your composure. Natural 20. A deep breath. You close your eyes. I got a +2 there. I'm being killed by a female assassin? It feels like a minute, but your body's current bioperception. There's no doubt about it. It's only been a few split seconds. Now you are ready to strike. Snell gets ready to act. His eyes quickly assess the situation. The goblin glances at the dagger, almost piercing your chest. Then he rushes forth, aiming a decisive blow against the masked one's left leg. It hits, not by much, but enough to stagger the masked one. Round 2. After the initial attack, the masked one goes in for another attempt. Do not let him! Counter! Once again, the masked one. I don't have a counter. Like, I don't know how to do... I don't know what game rule allows me to counter. I don't have perfect defense. The dagger is now aimed for your vitals. This will not break you. His movements, they're desperate. The masked one does not do this out of devotion. It is fear. Cleric, look out! He immediately hits... You said, oh, this one won't kill me. What the fuck, you know, Constitution? Oh, god dang it. Constitution know nothing. Right below your neck artery. The shock sends a shifter through your system. Fuck! You hear a weak voice behind the mask. His breath short and strained. You're got exhausted. You've gotten stabbed. You found your composure. Or I can just punch him. Snell punched him. That's moderate. They're both moderate, but... I gotta punch him. I don't... Mother! Oh, God, I swear to God. I swear to God. This has been my experience all night, Shizu. I'm just like rolling ones and twos. You clench your gloved fist and ram it as hard as you can into the mask. You can clearly see it's made out of metal. You knew it would hurt to punch him there. You also know it hurts more than having to have an iron plate break your nose. Ah! He smutters and staggers back. Your goblin companion jolts his arm to the side, and a thick string appears out of his sleeve. It's a long woven cord with a pouch at its center, along with an iron ball. The sling. Yeah! A loud thud explodes from the lower left hip of the masked one. Ugh! He squeaks. If he's captured, you can make him talk. The masked one seeks your death, but not a real fight. They will not seek circuit violence this day. Is it over? The masked one immediately starts sprinting away. Capture the coward! The fight that is over need not be fought. I could try. I'll try to chase him down. You rush after the masked one. Once you manage to grab an arm, it doesn't take long for you to pin him to the ground. He's struggling, but your grip is iron. Ugh. A tingle. An esoteric tingle. The goblin rushes after you, yelling, "Get him!" Who are you? Uncle Esami Udami. In an instant, the masked one is gone. What? The goblin looks around. Invisible? He swings his head around, as if ass fighting the air. But you had him? Shit, was that teleportation? Most likely. There was something magical about him, I think. He rubs his chin. Someone wants us dead. Or you, most likely. Wait, why me? Look like a bit high-tech for a goblin mugger, he says and wipes some dirt off his pants. Too esoterically equipped, for sure. And I didn't exactly get targeted either, so I think you got a magical maniac after you, sorry to say. Adrenaline wearing off. Beware. Everything's a bit wobbly. Oh boy. Cleric, do you need any... He motions towards his neck. The location in which you were stabbed. Feel your neck. You press a hand against your neck, right where you felt the blade hit. The area hurts, but more importantly, it's not wet. You will live. I'm fine. He got my armor. Really? Yup. Aren't you lucky? He says, taking a deep breath. Guess we're gonna need it. Someone's sending assassins after us. Even incompetent ones like that. This bloodlust is something deeper. A devotion. What have you disturbed? Who do you think actually sent that guy? No clue. Truth. The goblin knows nothing. Let's hope that they're bad at their job as that guy was. That mask was weird. Yep. Giving me a creep just thinking about it. Looked like some old ceremonial thing. Religious rites, sacrifices, cults. Couldn't be. The city doesn't allow that foul nonsense. Lone actor? Wouldn't be that nice. I'm getting cult vibes. Could also be connected with something below. We should find a scholar to ask. I heard there's one on Waterlane, halfling named Snur. We head by. Could have a chat with him. All right. The ambient groan of Norvik's red rocks echoes below, the river coursing around you, hugging you. Look down. You glare into the darkness, and as you do, you almost feel like something stares back. Your companion clicks his tongue. Fuck this. I can't get away with that. No, streets. There's something down there, Snell. He joins you in staring in the abyss. Then he nods. I know. You stood your ground against the odds. That is commendable. The goblin is more competent than you imagined. You have a feeling this will be a fruitful partnership, if he can get on his good side. Snell checks around the crossing, a weary scowl on his face. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Well, I wasn't expecting to walk right into an assassin, but, there we go. Jeez. That's the D&D. The D&D taketh, giveth, and sometimes the D&D taketh. Really, really hard. So... there was something. There it is. An assassin came for your life. You survived, but the attacker got away. With no clues to go on other than an esoteric mask. You must be ready for them to return at any time. Okay. So there's just an assassin coming after it. Good day, netizens. Good day, Golden. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you had a nice Easter. Hope you also had a nice Easter, Shizu. I don't know what you did. That's a snail. Look at that little guy. Love that they have Milk Lover. Excuse me, Ashby. It's Milk Curious. Get it right. Thank you. Anyway. On almost intact and endlessly rising pillar. Can I touch this part of the pillar? The Pillar of Jor towers above you. This Easter, I was just compiling all the Nikkei art images I have. You did find that, like, art book pretty quickly. Wow. So, do you like it? Was it good? Do you like it? The Pillar of Jor towers above you. He is speaking to you. Touch the pillar. It's 500 megabytes. That's a lot of art. But it manages some really high quality stuff in there. Like the stuff you showed in the Discord. Thanks, by the way, for that. I appreciate it. You did good to give me that. All right. Anyway. What's that name? Right. Touch the pillar. I'm going to touch the pillar again. You place your hand on the smooth surface. The whisper gets louder. It says something to you. Something weird. No, wait. It's a conversation. One you don't take part in. Guess you can try to join in. The pocket watch, you've meditated, you've felt it. Try talking to the pillar. I'd be happy to share the whole like on my it's fine. You don't have to do anything with that. That's also kind of like something that might be potentially dangerous. Especially because we just had a bot and stuff, so I don't want you to get hacked or anything, Golden. Hello? The goblin perks up. Ah, not me. Sorry. The pillar vibrates. Hello? The whisper lies inside of you, or something. He says... It says he is here. Who is here? It says divinity. It says death. It says necrocrat. What? The voice ends. Your hand is expelled from the surface. Ow! Weird. You understand plainly. There's more to this pillar you need to investigate in time and further below. And it's nearly midnight. I still don't have much to go off of. Okay, so we got a couple leads still. We got a couple things we can do. What updated here? Pillar? Was it the pillar? You felt the connection of the voices. You saw something that shook you. You spoke with the whisperers and pillar. They are ominous. You've meditated. This is a rhythm. Okay. That's done. Coin lords. That's another thing. Okay. I need to focus on one thing. I know there's maybe a lead at the Waterlane view. So let's go back up there and see if we can find the tea shop owner. Also, I probably need a snack. I've had a long day. Too full. What do you mean? What do you mean too full? All right. Is the game gonna prompt me to sleep, or do I need to like do it myself? That's another question I have. Is there like a place I can sleep? Am I just gonna pass out randomly? What happens? Hopefully the game will like prompt me to be like, hey, go to bed, stupid. Because I'm too stupid to learn on my own. Torna, the first of the river guilds. I'm like those Nikkei leakers. Okay, got it. It's all good, man. Crowns. Never mind. There's a griffin. One of many Free Strider compounds in the city. Oh yeah, we have a friend of the Free Striders. That cute orc girl, I think. Maybe they'll let me stay there for the night. Excluding the anti-magic messaging, Free Striderism comes with great branding. Offices of Snur Appleton PN. It's a lawyer? It's like a law place? For a minute I thought he was dead. Not gonna lie. Children's drawings on the wall. That one's nice. I like the rainbow. That one's got a good nose. I think that's a nose. A scholarly commendation of the Ford Nip Commonwealth. Is there a velvet? Oh, I'm sure there is if you ask nicely. Golden, can you do Atrophy a favor? If there's if there's art on velvet, you can put it in the chat and the channel where you put in the other stuff. Something's stuck between the pages. Food and a dream patch? Small amounts of pixie essence incorporated into a sticky patch can be used to recover a 3rd level spell slot. I have to consume the used band-aid? Political, mostly. You see a collection of books from the philosophy canon, none of which you are really able to understand. Next to them, a line of famous political books, as Gallist Theory, Hedonists, The Dark Book of Shadow, Alexandro, and many more. Lisandro, someone your patriarch quotes a lot. His ideas modernize theocracies and reeds, reviving them towards the end of the arcane era. This scholar has good taste. I'll come back to that later. I think talking to the sleeping guy is kind of like the big deal here. A magical quill and paper. Tiny dictator. Advantage against bureau. against bureaucrats. That's a good bit. That's a good bit. But whatever. There'll be another art book. Don't worry, buddy. She'll come home. Schnur Appleton. A Ford folk, skull of a Ford scholar. Scholar of the Ford Nip Commonwealth, a man working out of a hole in the wall. This is the type of man who knows exactly where he's going and is simply going very slowly and deliberately. He knows his expertise. His moves are calculated, his journey long. The esoteric is closely tied with scholarly arts. In the old days, no distinction between the two was made, but today in this modern world, his side is all but winning. Can't wait to see the concept of Cinderella together when they do. That'd be great. You take a step into the cramped office, standing in front of a sleeping halfling. This is a scholar? Curse the gods. Go investigate his book collection before waking the Weasley halfling. Okay. They sure do. The folk. The Zandro. The first book placed in your hands in an Earthfork recruit. Open it. I'll put it back. Perhaps later then, yeah. The book. The book. Always listen to your hungry stomach, it says with big ugly letters on the first page. You should listen to the book and the stomach. This crazy old text? Same as always, the book begins with a tirade about property ownership. Then on the 5th page, you find a diagram showing how to ritualistically summon a demon. It's incorrect, however, on purpose, supposedly. The purpose is a metaphoric criticism of authoritarian governments. The rest is a series of extreme essays on the topic of hedonism, rejection of statehood, free association, maximizing sensation, direct democracy, and reciprocal exchange. It paints up an image of an ideal world where all can live without strife simply through the cooperation and love of all things. A loving image, communally loving. Made illegal in many cities after its release in 466 AE, this rambling text has survived for one reason or another. It is the thing that makes you feel good. The text of truth. I'm done here for now. I need to talk to the halfling, and I gotta go find a bird, man. You take a step. Yeah, all right. Hello? Oh, he moans and slowly opens his bushy eyes. His confused gaze focuses on you. Life is pain. What? Terrible, terrible pain. Oh, he mutters and rubs his face. The wrinkles fold over one another like waves on a storied sea. Are you? He looks at you with his weary expression, then rubs his nose and sniffs twice. Are you here for the invoice? A quick glance to Snell. His words come out in typical Fortnite accents. Pick the chair. No? No? No. Oh. Oh. No. What? The invoice! Should I have an invoice now? No. No? No? Oh. Oh. Oh, hold on. I've already paid that invoice. You're here for something different. What did I just get myself into? My brain hurts. He leans in, facing Snell. I hope Queen Goblin has no quarrel with this old scholar. He holds up a pawn. Nah, we're here on city business. I've got some questions about the tea shop, mostly. Tea shop? Then you're dealing with interesting events. The city has seen its fair share of great calamities over the years, and the tea shop explosion appears tiny in comparison. Probably, but I have questions regardless. Of course! Curiosity is absolutely vital for keeping an old brain in motion. So I commend you, cleric. And you as well, my goblin friend. He looks around, grunting. Can I get either of you some fucking water, or... He wields swear words like coastal winds. No, thank you. Your companion replies. You're Scholar Appledon, right? Me? Yes. I'm Sir Appledon, he says, and bows his head in the chair. Scholar of Fortnip University in dedicated service to the progress of ACE. ACE? Alignment Intent Studies. Primarily, my experience lands on the topic of alignment. And its many historical and contemporary applications. Some bullshit, I would tell you. These days, I mostly study with other forms of study. Specifically, I run this office here in the experimental technique of psychoanalysis. What kind of magic is that? Oh, no magic at all. There have been some detect thoughts developed at some points in the development. It is a form of mind healing, as they call it. I'll be one to call it support instead. It is essentially the idea that the mental present is shaped by the mental past, and through dialogue, our unreleased unconscious ghosts can be actions. So it's talking about feelings? I know! Truly horrifying. I know, it's the worst. As someone who grew up with psychologists, for the first, 16 years of his life, it's horrible. A Rhodesian friend of mine once told me this joke, and I apologize if it's too vulgar for your taste, but... Right. A cleric, an arcanist, and a rogue delved into a lair of a succubus. What kind of succubus are we talking? You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to do this in front of the boat. They don't need to know my dark thoughts. The fiend defeats all three men, throwing them in her dungeon. But she grows to fancy them, so she offers them a choice. For each man who can successfully satisfy her, she will let the man go. Otherwise, she ends them, so to say. You actually haven't heard this one. It is sacrilegious. If it's sacrilegious, you'll have to beat the gnome. Noted. I'm gonna have to beat the gnome. Get my beating stick ready. I got my ghost halberd. I can take him. One clean swipe. Uh-huh. Whatever, rambunctious tale. Do go on. So the three adventurers debate which order to go. Eventually, the rogue and the arcanist decide the cleric should go first, as he's a virgin or least likely to increase his standards. Your goblin companion rubs his eyes as he listens to the joke. The cleric, being divine and so on, prays to his god and goes to the fiend's bedchambers. He comes out 10 minutes later, completely unharmed, and gives a thumbs up to both of his friends, who, of course, feel a great sense of relief. Alright, Golden, give me a second. Let's go Japan mode. Alright, you got it. You gotta give me one second. I gotta probably put something on the streamer bot to help me with this later. Right, here I go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Arcanist wa sugi wa arcanist ikimasu. Cleric dekite nara fiend yasai desu yo omoimasu. あと2、3分に後でカーダラしないなりなくなりました。アカネスはヘルファイオを感じましたよ。忍びじゃない。下じゃない。ナイトじゃない。Well, I say I gotta do another ones. Oh boy. What is, before I do it, because I'm in English and I can translate real quick. How about another 5 minutes? What would be rogue? I don't know this one. Riju? It's a... Maybe I should try thief, because I think that's what they would do. Dorobo. Okay, so this is a new word. Dorobo. I don't know that one. That's a new word. All right. Give me a second, HB. はい。泥棒は怖いですよ。でも、もちろん、オーケネストは階級じゃないですね。そして、それければ、コロボさんは、中州ベッドチェンバーに行け、努力頑張って、1分以下後で、ベッドチェンバーによく声があります。そして、コロボさんの体、転びました。クレリックさんのは、二人とも、心、心、クレリック、二人ともを、あと、なりましたで、そして、あっちいちしない。ダメ。上人間ちゃんは、 トバコをしました。ジョ人間ちゃん。ジョ人間ちゃんは、クレリックに、さんに、あら、友達は苦手ですね。苦手ですよ。苦手ですよ。二人ともは、何かできません。でも、あなたは、少し、引きますね。クレリックさんは、悪意の人間ですよ。そして、バカ。あと、言葉。エクソシズム。日本語で何ですか？馬払い。あと、4漢字で。4漢字。あと、高級ですよ。あと、大変ですね。難しいですね。悪払い。悪払い。あと、それはだ。存在が、コドロットバイをなりましたよ。そして、池の前に、クレリックも、でも、いえ、全然、これは日本語でできませんよ。Oh god, that's so unfree. Oh my god. God, that is a horrible joke. In which the cleric responds, "Your cleric." Then, before he walks away, the cleric also says, "Oh, but I did hear that terrible wound you had between your legs. Hopefully that makes you less evil in the future." The goblin lets out a slight gust of wind through his nose. Funny. I'll humor him slightly. The halfling chortles loudly. My kind of humor, you might say. In short, you can view the succubus as an evil in the world with which religious fervor would pray to repair. However, such reparation would often lead to a not so optimal path. He keeps on laughing. Or, more simply, you could say it's a basic allegory for alignment itself. The cleric meant well for all intents, but his actions cost the life of both his comrades. Is that evil? Or is that good? And so on. Either way, psychoanalysis. Yes, that's what we were talking about. It's about your feelings. No, if you do that, I'm gonna refund it, actually. Sorry. I'm not gonna ruin the flow again with me just sitting here flailing. I do appreciate you guys liking the redeems, though, but I'm kind of getting into a flow here. But I will redeem. I'll refund it when I deem it necessary, but I'm usually happy to. It's about your feelings, thoughts, memories, choices you've made, things that have happened to you. They can bog you down, so to say. And the goal of my clinical practice is to root that out in my patients' minds and help make them aware of the repressed negative baggage, if you will, so one can move forward speedily. It's a good one. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Sounds like removing a curse of the mind. It sounds like you're removing a curse of the mind. In a metaphorical sense, yes. But it's not the only thing I work on here. I'm currently exploring the dream of animus. That's something to do with masculinity and femininity, based on Civic's ideas. A dream of man and woman. What a pervert. You like this guy. You dream about men and women? Sometimes, but the dream is just a concept of understanding gender ideologies. Beyond that, I also focus a lot on my own unverified theories. He slaps his knee and grins. The folk spirit. Have you heard of it? Sounds like a collective folk view of morality. Is that some kind of unified moral or ethical code of people? No, it's... He leans back and straight. That's actually not that far off. You've got a head on you, cleric. The folk spirit is the working title for my new thesis. Most of it is, if you'll excuse my Andron, fucking bullshit. But in short, it's about how each folk share a number of core communal archetypes or myths. I've traveled around the coast to collect as many tales, writing down thousands of stories previously only passed down orally, all to see how well my theory holds up in the minds of so many folk. He clears his throat and leans back into his chair. No, I apologize, I'm ranting here. Let's put a stop to it. What do you want, cleric? Oh yeah, that's right. I got so stuff in this thing. I was like, I got some stuff on this thing. What is love? Doctor, tell me what his love is. Baby, don't hurt me. We were attacked by an assassin. Seemed like a cult thing. Yeah, I forgot. We came here for the mask thing. Had this iron mask on. Real creepy. Cults are not as common these days, but a few still spring up from time to time, of course. What did the mask look like? Green. Oxidized copper, maybe. Had lines across it. Seemed esoteric. Definitely esoteric. Definitely esoteric. And a dagger. A wavy yellow thing. Basically, he ran at us, tried to stab us, and, well, something magical was going on, too. And then he got away before we could get answers, after he failed to kill us, or at least the cleric. Well, not a cultist. No. Doesn't sound like it. Not any organized thing, at least. Sounds more like some lone actor. Cultists move in groups. They kidnap rather than kill. They wear matching uniforms like some fucking theater performance. All the cults I know of, Eschut's Dragon Cult, Cult of Elemental Evil, the various Titan cults, and all the borderline cults for evil walking gods. This one could be a new one, or some minor cult history has overlooked. More likely, this is a radicalized spellcaster, or a follower of some magical creature. If he's draped up in magic gear, it's more likely a professional hit. Does anyone want you dead? Might have to do at the tea shop. The halfling barely listens to your comment. Is this gonna end up where, like, I'm the one who blew up the tea shop? Is that, am I sniffing out another Disco Elysium thing where, like, I ran over my own car? I blew up the tea shop I was supposed to investigate? Is that what's going on here? The halfling barely listens to your goblin and touches his mustache. Perhaps a warlock. The goblin winces at hearing the word. But for what patron? A fair creature? Some aberration? Who knows? You should be careful, though. That kind of magic is deadly at best. Right, good info. Slightly horrifying, but good info. We'll keep that in mind if we run into him again. You do that. And my tip? Strike before he gets any dark magic on you. As the old legionnaires say, rather a blade in the belly than a curse on the balls. He's laughing. Someone out there trying to kill you, and he's laughing. I think that's all for now. Thank you, citizen. There's a lot of good things here I could talk to him about, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. So the last thing I was thinking, the last lead I wanted to hunt down was apparently there's something on the waterfront that I could talk to about with regard to getting my... Can I go down there? Seems I can. Was there anything down there to look for? I was trying to... Okay. What I'm looking for has to do with this. Check the warehouse on Waterlane View. All right, so we're on Waterlane View. Which is the warehouse? That's Snur's office. Is that the warehouse? Or maybe this is the warehouse? Or maybe there was another door. There's a door back here, right? Maybe that's a warehouse? It could be. Also, I should probably save real quick. It's been a minute. So, yeah. assassins. Ins. All right. Let's resume. This door looks promising. You stand before a damp door on a cramped corner house. The wood is dark, swollen with the potential moist of water lane. A layer of red mud and algae. You know someone here? No? Then why are you standing here? You wrap your knuckles against the wood, a solid rhythmic lock. Hello? A moment, please. Then the sound of a heavy latch sliding. The door creaks open. A pair of bulbous eyes stare up at you. It is an Anurian. It is an Anoran, dressed in a tiny velvet smoking jacket, quite distinguished despite the lack of pants. Quese? What is it? I don't know what he said. He blinks slowly. A translucent membrane flicks across his eyes. I am busy, préoccupé. I will have some questions. Or, wait, he squints at your uniform. Are you le clergy? I personally see myself as a dashing rogue, personally. A dashing, no. You are a cleric? He sees right through you. The Anoran peeks his head out behind the door. Tu veux quoi? You're exhausted, apparently. What is your name? I am Guillaume de Cre. I am Guillaume de Cre. Great name. Merci. Why did you ask if I'm a cleric? Because you smell of incense and self-righteousness? C'est évident, imbécile. Rude, but accurate. Ow. Intelligence, whose side are you on? I don't think this is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go now. Good. Au revoir. So you really just wanted to knock on some stranger's door? Look, I'm not gonna knock your methods too much, but if you keep this up, we'll be done by 6 months after the election. You didn't even ask about the tea shop once on. I didn't? You didn't. Oh, I'm fairly oh God. I'm fairly certain you did not slip anything, metaphorically or otherwise, in there at anyone. Don't be so negative. The goblin closes his eyes and shorts on the comment. Maybe stick to le point de interest, okay? Oh, that's funny. I like that. Okay. Oh, did I lose? Oh, I can't come back. Shit. I should have. I could go back. What else can I do? It says Upper Westview, Lower Docks. I want to get to the docks. That's what I want to do. I just don't know how to. Was there another path down here that I missed? Because the alleyway seemed pretty closed off. Warehouse. Only free-starter and guild workers are allowed in. Oh, is that how I get to the lower docks? To the warehouse? I think that's what I need to do then. Okay, that's helpful. I think that's... Okay, okay, we have a lead. We have a clue. I know what I must do. All right. So we need to go there. What's that again? The Ascani free trading. Maybe they'll be, if I ask nicely, they'll let me in. The entrance to the Ascani, top entrance to the Ascani Reed's Trading Company. Seems like it's shut for the day. Shit! Great! Do I gotta go to bed? I need to find a bed. We're closed for the day. Dang it, it's bear tight. Thanks for the lurk, BB. Okay, I guess we can't do much else, so. There was that one other place that said, like, come back at after midnight for services. That was in, Tostada. That was in Tostada, so let's go back to Tostada real quick. And now I'm, because it's past midnight, I might as well go check it. Check it. Hello, Mr. Crab. I will not bother you again, Mr. Crab. Please don't bite me, Mr. Crab. Right, we came up here. You approach the bottom of the ladder once more. A long way to climb. This time should be easier. You take the first step, and then you are at the top of the ladder. I like that they experience both ways, both the top and the bottom. What's up here? Now I gotta know. Now I'm curious. Oh, wait. I can get up here? I could have gotten up here? A letter wedged in between some roof tiles. Resistance note. What is this? A handwritten notice entitled Important Notice. Young and Dub to resistant members of Tolstead. That sounds like a good organization. What are they resisting? Evil, surely. Tonight's ting is canceled. Meet up tonight at the water lane. It's time to stop the chant. It's signed by R. The Chant? A locally produced newspaper by Asgal authors. Oh, I could have used that earlier. Water lane? You know what water lane is. Don't be stupid. Right down below, you know? The underground port, largest port in the city. Pillar Crossing. When's this meeting? This evening, it seems. Tonight should be like, oh. Right past that. You ever hear about a resistance, Snell? Yeah, Norvik Resistance or whatever. Minor organization. Basically a bunch of human kids causing trouble. I only know of them because they wiped away some goblin graffiti a couple weeks ago. Went and talked to one of their moms. Nice old lady in East Housing. After that, didn't have any more tries. They're nationalists? Nationalists, I think. Bunch of boys. Human boys tend to lean nationalistic for certain reasons. Boys can be Nash fascists. It's possible. Yeah, anything's possible. I'll stop looking. All right, anything is possible. Okay, so that was probably something I could have picked up before I had the interaction with the kids, and that would have given me some more evidence. All right. So the place I'm after is down there. Yeah, let's go down that way. I could go over here too, right? Just moving this poor boy over and over again. What's over here? Oh, what's over here? Oh, what's over here? Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. A street sign. You can look at it. You can look at it? Well, we'll look at it after the break. Man, my foot's bothering me. I want to go running tomorrow because I need to keep up on my diet and exercise, but my foot be hurty. But I don't want to be a lump all day either, so I gotta figure that out. Shizu, how was Crimson Desert when I left? I hope you were having a good time. Did you do anything interesting? Show off anything? I did come in at the last couple, like 20 minutes, but I was hiding. I was in the shadows, looking, watching from afar. Hope you had some fun with it, though. Seemed like you guys were having a good time. All right. Oh, God. Yeah, good. All right. So tomorrow, what's the plan for me tomorrow? Well, I guess the plan for me tomorrow is get up, run, try not to wake up at 3 in the morning. That was the other thing. I think, like, I might just be feeling a little woozy just because I was, like, so tired. I don't think she was playing Crimson Desert in the morning when I came in to say hi and everything. It seemed like she was having fun. She learned how to RKO somebody, which, by the way, yeah, someone was like RKO. It's like, to be very nerdy and specific, it's actually a cutter. An RKO is just a modified version where he just does a high elevation, like he leaps off of the ground for it. But it's just a cutter, but it's a cool move for sure. And then but it's fun that they do that. And then, like, you can learn the Izuna drop from, like, Ryu Hayabusa's Izuna drop, which is silly, really silly. That's cool. So far, I guess while we wait for the rest of the break, like, this game's interesting. Like, I'm still thinking about that, like, that take route. Like, that conversation that we had for this feat was pretty crazy. Young and dumb, yeah. But that was a crazy... That was a crazy, like, branch of dialogue that I felt like they put in so much effort just for that. It was crazy. I really appreciate it. And yeah, anyway. What's this? Oh, I see, I see. Ooh, even let's, okay, I'm definitely gonna have to play with this tomorrow after Japanese practice. But now that I have both of you guys in one chat box, it'd be kind of cool to figure out what I can filter out and stuff. There's probably gonna be limits because it's still experimental. It's still probably got some things, but like some features in there, that'd be great. All right, we're back. All right. Wooden boards have faintly glowing lettering on them. Floating just an inch off the surface, the names of several locations are spilled out. A common type of magical ink. Creates permanent messages on any surface until dispelled, of course. This appears to be the more advanced kind, with a magic mouth-like ability. If you react, it can react to your commands and reshape temporarily. 6 message, however, is only painted onto the blank. Good sign. Goblin Garden. I don't. Okay, before I get too OCD about or too ADHD about this, let's go down to that spot down there and see what happens in that place that's only open after midnight. Is there a way for me to sleep? Because I think I need to get rid of the exhaustion too. As you step up to the door, you see smoke billowing out of the little hatch. A wooden sign hangs upon the door on a single rusty nail. It says open. You got business in there or something? 3 hard slams, followed by a crunchy voice from beyond. Yeah. Potion seller. A bloody moment, will you? I'm waiting, potion seller. You hear a harsh growl from inside. I told you, 1 bloody moment! Through the smoke, you can see a pair of peering red eyes in the hatch. You hear him click his tongue. You a copper? Are you? Maybe? I ain't indecisiveness. I ain't more than impatient devers. No, wait. I ain't indecisiveness more. Yeah, that's right. But no matter. You got corn, you got potions, lad. Swirling, glowing, make you muscles get thicker and shit, Brett. Show me your wares, potion seller. I need your finest potions, potion seller. Potion seller? I suppose you can call me that. We got all the standard stuff, slush and river blood, you know. Just say the word, I'll gabbin. Gabbin? Oh yeah, Gobbo good gabbin. Is he having a fucking stroke? He speaks a truly esoteric dialect. Perhaps some North Reedsian dialect, perhaps. Alright, I like a potion. Go ahead, bruh. Purchase the mind expansion for 290 crowns. Purchase Pinksy Dust Slush for 250 crowns. Do we have to do business like the steps like this? Can I come inside? Nah, my ghosts for pure bloods. Don't want you dragging mocking either. The smoke alone would probably destroy your lungs if you did. Purchase a potion of healing for 50 crowns. Purchase Vizcod ginger drink. Purchase Volgany river droplets. What are these things? I have 254 crowns. Thank you. That's why. So it just crosses out the ones I can't afford, I guess? Cool. And charisma can haggle me 5%. So that's why the one that's 260 is still available. Got it. Is he having a stroke? Utility potions? Utility? Is that what you lot are calling it these days? Sure. You have it? Of course. Polymorphic body cracking transmutationables. Gem's getting bare, brute. Can't get my sources to spin up the tools sideways gone dried up on me. And then with the massive demand. Especially the legendary ones are asked all for all the time. You know, the permanents. That shit can't be brewed, though. That's why I get them, why them's asking, though. I don't got any left. Tons of that gaff on the market still, though. Find it elsewhere, bruh. Or go to Sideways City yourself. What kind of effects are we talking about? Longevity potions, a big one. Clear right. Living longer's popular, no surprise. That and me agenda potion, flipping you and popping the other side, bro. Nothing better. Then there's Other chance me spelling a bottle. No slay hexproof, real muck. Be out yourself crowds, you can morph yourself anyway, bro. Once my sources get me them bloody tools. Well, too bad. Yeah. Got anything more potent? The potion seller cackles. Nah, bruh. Not for me. Convince him to sell you his strongest potions. Okay, if you say so. I do. Ouch. Pixie Dutch slush sounds like a 7-Eleven Slurpee. But these are all a pretty thing. I'm just gonna get another potion of healing. All reliable and mending. Won't solve a hole in the soul, but it'll get you through the day. Thank you, potion seller. I might come back for more. At least I know what that is now. Alright, so... Tea shop. You need to get into the tea shop. And we can't get into the tea shop because it's blocked, but we need permission to get into the tea shop. I have to pay 250. Oh shit. I should have thought about that. I didn't realize I needed money. I didn't realize I'm gonna have to pay him money. Coin Lord Darrow, you know his mansion can be found up on the hill in Central Tolstead. So Central Tolstead, up on the hill. That would be him, I'm guessing. Coin Lord Darrow, Magistrate Tolstead. Alright. The Magistrate. Alright. Well, let's go say the Magistrate. Maybe he'll be nice of us and give us a way to, you know, get that stuff done. Alright, Central Tolstead. Tolstead Center. Up the temple slope and through Toll's route. You do not have to take a stroll. You do not have time to take a stroll around the tired day of Tolstead. Focus. Which way is Darrow House? The words reshape for a moment. Up the golden slope and the golden stairs. Ancestral home of the Darrows, one of the most influential noble families in Dorvik. Do I sleep? Does my cleric ever sleep? I think the answer is no. We'll see. West Tolls Route, North Darrow House. I think that's where I need to go, so that works. Darrow House in glowing magical lettering. Well, isn't this lovely? A truly ancient piece of history, propped up as garden decoration. Thanks for the shard of jor, though. Apples. 1 billion apples, fresh apples. A treasure trove of apples. The Magistrate's apple tree. It's bracken. Is that meant to be like a play on broken? Enters the old guard tower. Alright. So I guess this is his house, the Magistrate. Hopefully he's awake. Or if not, I'll just have to come by later. Looks cramped. Hello? Darrow's Nest. The Upper Tolstead. Oh my god, look at that fancy bitch. Look at this fancy bitch. Editor, City Sworn Angel. Ooh, did pretty well there. Cold, stern, glorious. She follows orders, the type of orders that grant eternal fulfillment. There's a sadness in her existence. Broken wings, stuck among lesser beings. What does she seek? Probably getting the heck out of here, I had to guess. But, good on her. A whale of many colors. I can't interact with her. Oh, I can engage with her. The angel stands tall. Is that her? She's got a halo of, like, eyes, which is kind of cool. I like that. That's a neat touch. The angel stands tall. She's blocking the hallway leading further into the Coin Lord's mansion. She looks like a giant in here, despite the high ceiling. Her many eyes glare at you. Is the Magistrate? Points to the stairs. She nods. He will see you now, cleric. The words leave you shaking. The goblin gives you a stern look. Your muscles scream for you to be ready for a battle. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna go up now. Magister Nicholas Darrow. Calmly reading the paper. I didn't get much off of him, but I got a little bit. The Coin Lord. Here he is, the Coin Lord of Novik and the Magistrate of Tolstead. That smile of his is a facade, of course. An expression simulacra, heavily trained over the course of 20 years on the job. He's an expert in the field, and his field is politics. Right? At the top of the stairs, you see a man placed upon his silken throne. His well-groomed face is lit by a single bulb candle, but he does not look at you. Instead, he folds his copy of the Norvikian Post in half and sighs. Your boss. You hear about this? The man slaps his newspaper. As galliest opportunist strikes fear in Silker's guild, he reads to you. Then he lowers the paper and mutters, 9,000 crowns in damages. He looks annoyed and impressed at the same time. Protesters? Hooligans. They're just trying to get their point across. Oh, they did that. A long time ago. His eyes. He's reading you. But what can you do? What can you do? It's democracy. I like democracy. I love democracy. I like democracy, except not in a free strider, right? You don't like democracy. My opinion does not matter, does it? Darrow lets out a sigh, folding his paper in half again. It's the age of crowds, that's what they call it. And the loudest voices keep shouting at me, in particular, it seems. The crowd has power beyond belief. He furrows his brow. The moonlight makes him look like a marble bust. He is certainly playing the part. He shifts his eyes over to your companion. I see you've picked up a goblin. He takes a step forward. Lord Darrow, Lady Sageleaf has declared a joint operation. Of course she has. Cleric, if you will, I'd like to speak to you in private. Excuse me? The goblin glances to you, then back to the Coin Lord. Seriously? It's fine, he's cool. Sure. Now, if you please. Your services are not needed at the moment. Thank you. Snell lifts his hand to the air. Aha. A deadly snare. The Coin Lord wants a private report. It's a fair request. Snell would appreciate it if you stood up for him. No good option here. Someone's gonna get pissed. Tension. Sweat. What can you say? Snell stays. The tall man glares at you. Your asshole puckers. You hear a chuckle from your companion. It's fine. Late anyhow. I'm Eddie Knoll. First thing tomorrow, cleric. The tone of his voice gives it away. He respects you a little bit now. Sucking up to a goblin? Would he do the same for you? Snell gives you a quick nod and turns to leave. The Coin Lord glances out the window and remains quiet for a moment. I feel compelled to ask. Once you hear the door closing behind Snell, on his way out he continues. How was your meeting with our dear goblin chieftain? I don't think she likes me. I'm in a similar seat myself. His jaw tightens, then loosens. You notice a ring on his finger. It looks esoteric. The Coin Lord carries an iron rail wing, as all good politicians do. Makes any mind-altering spell you cast on him useless. Don't waste any spell slots. I must apologize, cleric. Tossing you around as a pawn in this regrettably political game of ours isn't something I'd hoped for. You obviously have much more important matters to attend to in the palace. Of course you do. There is no greater act than serving the whole city. And this man is Darrow! He is a descendant from the old Lord Patron Borgo Darrow himself! The first paladin of Earth founded the Earth Guard as well as the illustrious Darrow bloodline. Known for his bravery and inability to be damaged in battle, died of a heart attack at age 40. His passing is used as an example of the importance of aging men to keep track of cardiovascular disease. Very important thing to do. Keep track of your ticker, fellas. It's important. The Lord is flattering you. He's gotten far in life using this tactic. I'm here to protect the city, my lord. Good, good. I'm pleased to hear that. First things first. I'm obliged to offer accommodations during your stay here in Tolstead. Obliged? Interesting word choice. It is customary for clerics on the job to be given free housing by their employer. You may stay in the old guard tower. The Coin Lord tosses you an iron key. I got a house! Oh, I was wondering what was gonna happen. I should have come here like maybe an hour earlier. Anyway, that key will get you access to the tower. Etiers uses one of the floors. You take the top one. Thank you for housing me, my lord. No need to thank me. It's entirely customary. Yeah, he has to do it. Otherwise, he certainly would. Otherwise, he certainly wouldn't. He shuffles about, looking annoyed for a moment. Now, about the incident. As soon as the fires were put out, I had city engineer inspect for structural damages. He speaks of the tea shop. Obviously, once it was cleared and no casualties were reported, I shut it down. I heard something about a fireplace incident. He waves his hand through the air as if swatted a fly. A white lie. The reason why we've been so very careful with this whole ordeal is simply because we do not want to cause more strife. We've got enough of that already. Earth, pray tell. Suddenly, you see how very tired this man is, and his breath smells funky. What's your theory? This matter with the tea shop is one big distraction, I'm afraid. Of course it is. Right before the election, at the heart of the city. Political manipulation. You think a party's behind it? He holds up his hands. I'm not saying anything. But, while it certainly is an exciting thought, I do not believe any party has enough incentive to pull off something like this. My purest guess would be someone with access to arcane artifacts, or at worst, a rogue spellcaster. Someone who would benefit from scared goblins and angry Asgels. So, a radical. Not a bad guess. However, he clearly is attempting not to place focus on any real powers in the city. If a party was to blame, that would cause a headache for him. So what information do you have? Aggressive spread of fire, a loud explosion, militia rush across the halfway bridge and put it out. The owner's missing, but no one got hurt. Got it. Keep him talking. You need more info before you ask about the tea shop. Well, it might be smart to go for the tea shop question straight away. You require information. Ask. Just ask. Just ask for access to the tea shop. You must complete your quest. So, you're the coin lord. For now. Post-election, I might up in a very long vacation. Is the angel your bodyguard or something? More or less. Etir is a high prefect. Every magistrate gets the highest tier of protection available. High prefect. Few hold this title in Norvik. It is given to the great warriors of Earth who serve the palace closely. She's not much of a talker. Can't say I dislike it. She's lovely. You hear that, Etir? Don't, no, my, the Lord, Mr. Coin Lord, don't, you're gonna embarrass me. You hear that, Etir? Yes, magistrate. She replies coldly from below. Earth be good. How's the election going? We're winning. Earth be blessed. His voice is not cheerful. You're not happy about it. We've got a third of the populace. A third! That means we've already lost the goodwill of the large portion of the human population, according to the latest polls. The campaign is a half failure, but it'll get us over the finishing line. Campaign? National campaign, aimed at reigniting the spirit of Earth and his folk. A great movement! It's been 70 years since the reconquest. Let us celebrate the victory. Fancy man feigns a cheer. Ha ha! An attempt to make the masses worship the state instead of their dead god. You'd argue it was quite successful. Before this campaign, humans were kind of lost. Now they have a purpose. You've read Alexandro, I assumed? Say yes. It'll make you look smart. Of course. He was a human cleric in old Dominior. It doesn't really matter. The fellow wrote a book about nationalism and following in the footsteps of dead gods. We followed his teachings when we building the campaign. A campaign to bridge the gap between a follower of Earth and a citizen of Norvik. So the religion is, you want people to worship the state. Indeed! That was the term Lysandro used. The state is Earth's legacy. Why not worship it? What sort of chaos is the election brewing? You're kidding. They've infiltrated every guild. Their rally circus causes near riots wherever they gather up. Oh, wait. I thought I had chaos. No, I picked, what's your problem as Galliists? They're disrupting the economy. When the agrarian party fell apart, we almost had a famine on our hands. Or, well, famine is a bit of an exaggeration, but they did particularly ruin our grain exports for the entire quarter. Hells, we'd be better off with the Free Striders any day of the week. They'd at least uphold basic economic stability. You should not say such dishonorable things. Only the city, those holding Earth's legacy, can rule. They indeed did not cause a famine. The only ones responsible for that economic upheaval were the shareholders refusing to increase the wages of the farmhands. That is why they all flipped green. They wanted a decent income. They were instead fired from their positions. If they in any way supported Asgalianism, which in turn slowed down the production of grain, thus hurting their exports. If they had only shared a small amount of their profits, their quarter would have been fine. I thought I hit 2, but apparently I hit 3. What sort of chaos is the election? All kinds. I have non-elected questions. Good, I've talked enough about this damn election for a lifetime. Is the missing paladin involved? Is that what the papers call him now? Lord Gorm has been missing for weeks, so I'm afraid the timeline doesn't quite add up. If you can find him sulking about below, you can ask him anything you want. Just let him know he's been kicked off the campaign, okay? He sounds pissed. Paladins often delve too deep into the tunnels below Norvik. It's a tradition. If the goblins hadn't pushed for it, would you have sent for me? The posh man looks you up and down. No, I don't think I would have. Honesty. He's not talking around it. It means he doesn't see you as a threat. They really should have sent one with more experience. I'm afraid your being here is a bit of a perfect storm. We needed someone with the abilities, but not without any direct ties to the campaign. Did you know every higher classed cleric in the city is actually a devoted member of the Nationalist Party? Higher classed? That's probably lingo for anyone above petty officer. Except you, apparently. Because of your history. I don't mean to pry, but I do wonder why. Don't tell him the truth. Anything but the truth. The truth will set you free. I think they're intimidated by me. He's trying desperately not to laugh at you. Yeah, don't make fun of me. What's my job here? Your actual job? It's to do what I ask of you. He's getting tired of this. Look around the rubble. Ask around for witnesses or evidence. I want you to keep the goblins happy. Do that and I'll be happy. I need access to the tea shop. His eyes. He's thinking of making a choice. Now's the time to convince him. Be careful. The goblins are not the only ones with eyes on our scorched tea shop. In fact, I've been advised to simply ignore the whole thing. To just let it go. That would be a sound choice if the goal is to avoid political fallout. Politically, that would be wise. True. We won't gain any votes by any of this. However, Sageleaf is insistent. I'm in a difficult position, cleric. Do make it easy for me, will you? And how do I do that, my lord? He speaks with... I want to be able to trust you. Your... trust that you'll be able to keep this on the down low. He fears something about the tea shop. That if anything unseemly were to be uncovered, you'd of course keep such things from non-city affiliated factions. The Coin Lord speaks with a speed you're barely able to follow. Do you understand? Not a question, a demand. Your lord demands obedience. You must answer. He's trying to steamroll me, right? Yep. He's really manhandling you. Hilarious. There's nothing to steamroll. You are his servant, nothing else. You gotta catch up. Let me try to catch up at least. You've annoyed him. Well, I failed. All right, try to catch up. You close your eyes. You listen. Now, you big buffoon, you. You got approximately 1.5 seconds before this Woodmaster takes control of the conversation. Shit. Can't think of any. Nope. Well, good luck to you. What? What do you mean? You're on your own now. You're not gonna help out? No way. Whole thing's fucked. So what do I say? No clue. But you've been standing there quiet for at least 30 seconds. Time to open your eyes. I guess I should. He has lost all interest in serving your strange behavior. Oh, you're finished. You started breathing funny, so I assumed you needed a moment. It's fine. It's not like I'm busy or anything. He very much is. Anyway, about the tea shop. I need reassurance, cleric. Reassurance you won't oppose the city narrative. Swear on it, cleric. Breaking an oath is a serious moral crime in this weird city. At least I'm on a period. You want an oath? If you want my blessing to investigate the tea shop. Yes. So what's the oath mean? An illegal agreement either spoken aloud or written down. Some oaths, especially those on sworn names of deities, have esoteric power. Really, an oath? This is a sensitive situation. I need to place my trust in you. I'm kind of trying to think about it, because it's like, for me, it's like, okay, let's say I do this. There is an opt-out, but it sounds like a great cost to, like, having to take something here. If I say I cannot, he's just going to say, fuck you, and I have to figure out another way into the tea shop, which Schnell kind of hinted at, where, like, there's all kinds of, like, ups and downs and twists and turns and stuff. This guy gets me the direct approach, but at the cost of, like, my soul or something like that. And I kind of like my soul. I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I cannot. You cannot? I mean, yes, I cannot. I can't do it. I'm disappointed, cleric. He seems a bit intrigued by your reluctance, but mostly annoyed. I simply cannot grant you access to the tea shop in that case. You'll have to find the tea to tell Sageliff you cannot perform your duty. Or find another way into the tea shop. Oh, do you now? I have everything. I'll go. Aha. He leaves a moment of silence in the air as he glares you. You're really ready to go at this alone, cleric? You are well and not grant you access to the tea shop. Yeah. So how do you intend to solve this down? I'll find a way. Interesting. Okay then. Good luck out there, cleric. Thank you for your time, my lord. All right. And with that, we finished that quest, I guess. I couldn't commit. I have commitment issues. You refuse to swear an oath. He, in return, refused to give you access. You'll have to find another way in. All right, so that's fair. He's probably not happy with me, but then again, he ain't my boss. A knightly helmet. Must be a leftover. If I take that in front of the angel, she'll kill me. An LR of Norvik, an LR of Girl, and a newspaper clipping about the Coin Lord. All right, let's go check out our digs. It's 1 in the morning. I should probably, like, you know, maybe get some sleep. You know, maybe sleeping might be doing me some good. Guard Tower, Upper Tolstead. And I'll be sharing this with the angel, apparently. A pile of ledgers covered in official city seals. You look over a thick pile of documents, each adorned with the symbol of a fish. Official city documents could contain useful information. Top secret documents, archived by city clerics over many years. You have the right to look over it. Flip through and skim. The arguments are not very organized. However, if your eyes glance over titles, reports, and statements made over decades, you do find a few that catch your attention. Sweeping your gaze over the pile, you very much realize how fast you'd have to be to get this done in a decent amount of time. Looking for an official palace seal, you find a note with the sentence Sageleaf must be contained within. The older files. Focus on the oldest. That's where you'll find interesting perspectives. Obviously, just look for any mention of the tea shop. However, be careful. Each attempt will analyze will take you time out of your day. An hour for Sageleaf. Should probably look at the Toctums as gals. I'll come back later, because, like, I'm dead tired. I feel like I'm exhausted and stuff. I need spell slots. Pile of books on the topic of theology and history. Okay. Is there anything in there? Ooh, a scroll of bless! New spell! That should help, I hope. Concentration. You bless yourself, giving you add 1d4 to all ability checks. Oh, that's so useful. Oh, I'm gonna definitely use that. Good old bless. A copper calendar. You see a classic copper calendar. Most households in Norvik have one. Your mom had one that would glow on birthdays. It's spinning ever so slowly. The outer wheel moves one full step every day. The middle wheel moves every month, and the inner every year. This one seems special. It keeps track of both the seasons of Ascon Reed's Forgani as well as major Earthfolk holidays. Alright, anyway. A glorious shrine to the one and only Earth. A chest, high, up high and above, out of reach. Darn it. Alright, well, a fine place to sleep, relatively speaking. There it goes. The first day on the job. Before you lies a bedroll. Can I go to sleep now? Yes. Your body is weary. Why do I have to sleep? If you stay awake for more than 48 hours, your body will cease to function in its current state, which is not good for your physical health. You should go to bed now. Taking a long rest restores hit points, hit dice, lowers your exhaustion to 0, and returns your spent spell slots. Long rest 6 hours. You can take one after 2 o'clock each day. Okay. No, really, what is this thing? It's a bed. Doesn't look like a bed. Leather bound and filled with ox clippings. Most likely bubble yarn. Somewhat soft. A bed roll. I see. Like one of those things adventurers use when sleeping on a journey. Yes. A real man can sleep anywhere, including this rugged piece of rug. At least there's no snoring here. Remember the barracks? You hear only wind here, and the occasional giant seagull call. A native Ascani bird, they are an opportunistic feeder upon the coast, hunting the various large and monstrous fish and crustaceans, as well as scraps left by folk. They are seldom aggressive. This bubble yarn, it'll be a good place to rest. Lie down. It's time to sleep, cleric. We had a long day. We had a long. Staying within the confines of the guard tower, you successfully spend 8 hours on your long rest. So we'll wake up by 9:30 tomorrow. No need to roll any encounters. You've had enough for one adventuring day. Now, let's see. Smart move taking things out with the dwarves. Let's hope you can keep things civil moving forward as well. Oh, this is like the DM giving me notes. Sorry about letting you stumble into the city below. I'm just surprised you made it out alive. Me too. That was a long one. Roper almost ate me. And you really handled that fire trap quite well. Couldn't have done it without Snell, eh? Snell's the great. Snell's so good. The Roper fight I did not anticipate, especially that outcome, as in that you didn't get eaten. But now it's time to deal with the main quest. The tea shop awaits. That's a cute little touch. Man, this game's got so many good things. I can talk to the angel, too. That'd be great. Probably have to do it when she's busy. Still zooming in. Earth? You gonna get up, buddy? Do I have to hit something, or? Day 2. Your muscles strain as the second day begins. Today you need to gather more evidence. This mystery will not solve itself. I have the weirdest dreams. Do you? The stress of a new job. Get yourself together. New city, new tower, new bedroll, new-ish. You'll be a little scatterbrained. It is what it is. Some say dreams are the mortal mind's way of receiving divinations. But that's bullshit. So just don't think about it, okay? I just fell asleep quickly for once. Because you are and were exhausted. Quick question. Does anyone care if I complete this mission or not? Your patriarch, for one. There are rumors that the Law Lord is putting a lot of pressure on your superiors. The magistrates handling judiciary rulings, stockades, archiving, culture, and the Uthgard, as well as anything esoteric, currently held by Sventil Alemenken in the Palace District. Yes, Alemenken has been very thorough in his management of the Uthgard as of late, in preparation for this foolish election. If you cause trouble, if you don't handle this, there will be trouble. Even more so than last time. Time to start the day. Let's prepare spells. By praying to God. Nazir. Alright, so we got 5 spell slots, which is a lot, actually. I got 6 spells. So bless, prayer of healing, up to 6 creatures of your choice. That'd be nice, but don't know what it would use it for. Didn't use Shield of Faith like at all. I could grease something up. Detect secrets? Definitely. Cure wounds? Absolutely. I could grease you up, woman! I might as well just prepare it, because otherwise I don't have anything in second level. I think I can use I can use this in second level as well. I don't know if you can use first levels, a second level spot for first levels. That's usually the D&D rule. Yeah, it's fine. All right, we're prepared. We got coin, we got rates, we got ints, we got keys, we got all kinds of bees knees. All right, that was a busy day. But before we call it, I'm gonna say morning to my new roommate for a moment. Hi. The porcelain specter does not turn to face you as you approach. She appears to focus on her work, a series of floating pieces of paper with her many eyes. Hi there, I'm the cleric. Who are you? The quiet in your mind changes its quality. It feels annoyed. I am Etir, she states to you, yet her mouth does not move. Telepathic communication. Not really an introduction, more of a checklist of etiquette. Speaking with this ethereal creature is nothing. I saw you last night, right? Yes. The Celestial appears to focus on her work. A stack of many, many documents with her many eyes. There's no acknowledgement of the presence of her many, many eyes. She is avoiding eye contact in an effort to avoid conversation. That's going to be kind of hard with the floating ring of eyeballs, I think. None of them are looking at you? What are the odds? I am busy. Busy with what? Notes. Do you need help with that? I do not require assistance, cleric. You defeated the roper. You defeated the skeleton. That makes you a man. It does? You live like this? What's it like being an angel? No response. Can you cast spells? She just keeps working. Most Celestials have innate magical abilities. I'm gonna try. Ooh. Oh yeah, she's also a female, so I have proficiency. You clench. You pause unnecessarily body functions, and some necessary ones, like breathing. I kind of need to turn that one back on. Constitution, can we turn the breathing back on? Can we turn that back on? I kind of need that to, like, live and function. And you focus on the goal. Speech. Tell me about Earth. She stops writing. She mimics a sigh. The faded man god. Eartha Narvik. That's the guy. Yes. She lifts her hand, pointing towards your chest. I serve his remnants. ZSC Smoka. Smoko, what? Her many eyes look at you. The Celestial turns her head in your direction just a bit. I uphold my honor through service to the Coin Lord. Sounds like a bad job. A job. She does not feel she has any other option. She turns back to her documents. I am unsure about many things, yet for now I serve, for good or for ill, the Valkyrie. Her stance, it relaxes. Ever so slightly, she settles in your presence. You've gotten in. Yes! She's a fascinating creature. Ask her more. There we go. Now she will speak with you. For real. What do I know about Celestials like her? Celestials. Gathering term for creatures born out of and from the good plains. There are many such creatures scattered across the coast. The only major civilization of Celestials is located at Divini Totem, the Golden Horde. Should I even talk to her? She is lonely, but her demeanor does not scream, please socialize with me. Do you know anything about the Pale Man in the morgue? She closes the book. Avoid that creature. There is darkness there. Her halo spins erratically for a moment. I have been told not to interfere, both with the mortician and its helpers. The Pale Man's reputation's insane. What the hell is he? Something is certainly off about him. What is he? At best, he is a weak arcanist. At worst, he is a powerful arcanist. A true arcanist would be fascinating. Not impossible to imagine. Shouldn't I keep an eye on him then? If you wish, I suggest not engaging. Don't. You'll get in trouble. Maybe if you play your cards right, you can get something out of it. Did he have something to do with the tea shop? Not likely. Why? Viskin has been a presence here for almost 4 decades, to my knowledge. During all this time, he's never caused any issue. Beyond that, Viskin is also in tight cooperation with the Halfway Bridge tribe. Since they are the main drivers in this investigation, it would be strange if Viskin was behind it. Although if you find any evidence towards his involvement, let me know. Okay, thank you. She opens her book. Do not engage. That is my advice. What do you think about goblins? What information do you require? How do they, as a people, in Tolstead? Weak-willed and powerless as individuals, a creature that survives through the resilience on the group and on greater creatures. They're stronger than they look. I would describe humans the same way. Oh, you know what? That's fair. She's calling you weak? Not okay. I mean, we are alone. We are weak alone. Strong together. She nods slowly, but I do not see it as a negative. The voice softens. Humility and trust are important traits in all, for all. Agreed. This is what I think. Can I trust the chieftain? Lady Sageleaf is a powerful creature. Do not trifle with her or her pawns. Her behavior is clean and highly acceptable. However, she does meddle in dark actions when needed. She looks at you for a few seconds. Perform your duties and leave. That is my advice. I have other non-goblin recollections. You have cool armor. Thank you. She's welcome. She's practiced the formal way of answering a compliment, because in her culture, one does not do such things. No, No, I know, I'm very generous. She just keeps working. Do you sit here all day? No, cleric. Well, what do you do then? When the Coin Lord does not require my services, I attend to the archives from dawn to dusk normally. Then I perform a patrol as described in my service contract. A good service to the city. So you stay here all day, then you go out all night? Yes, I work, cleric. Her kind do not require sleep. Can I come with on your patrol? No, cleric. You are unable to fly, and I am unable to carry you. Huh? Carrying you? The thought immediately causes you to stir. Okay, my guy, relax. No. This is stay on the money. You got this. Sounds boring. Sounds fun. Sounds contentable? Contentable? That's the best you could do? Yes. Those feelings are very human. My service is the Coin Lord. She's bound by duty. But where does her heart lie? A truly great woman. Commendable to the utmost level. Alright, I'm gonna do this just because I'm silly about it, but yeah. I will attempt to riz the angel. You are an ethereal, yet also imposing woman. Imposing. Ethereal. Her telepathic voice gets dropped down several octaves. All the way down to your spine. Never mind. Even if I pulled a nat 20 off, it's not gonna be possible. Her many eyes stare at you for approximately 3.5 seconds. Okay. Physiogenistic agenda. Alright, I gotta see what that says. Have a good day, Eder. What is that? What was that? Oh, here. Valkyrie. The angel. Find out how to perform the most difficult techniques. Speaking with her. Find out more about her by doing that. Phylogenistic agenda. Women. They're everywhere. Panic! Guys, did you know within 50 meters of your vicinity, gentlemen, there might be a woman nearby? Do not panic. Go to your local authority figure and declare Women, they're everywhere. Your worth as a man is based only on the admiration you get from them. Your goal, get a date. A real date. Good luck. How did that happen? Lord Gorm has gone missing. Make you a hero so I could get a date, be a hero. Oh my god. Is that because like I've had a couple like run-ins with like there's like the nice lady who runs the bar, and then there's the thing, women run. That is silly. This game's got a good sense of humor. All right, but I think with that, let's save the game real quick. All right, day 2. Now with more women. Now with more women. All right, let's get to the menu. That is a long day. We did a lot. We did a lot. There's a lot of people to talk to still. Oh, hi, Aether. now she's looking at me with all of her eyes. And Snell. We did a lot today. That was fun. Oh man. Oh man. This game's got a great sense of humor and dialogue and timing and all that. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know how big of a game it is, but it feels like, man, like I think the thing is like 5 days, right? So we got like 4 more days of play. I wonder what we can cram into that in that time, but we're doing pretty well, I'd say. A bit of a clumsy cleric, but we are very wise beyond our years. We got better at understanding gender. That was such a bizarre conversation, but I was really glad we did it. It made me think. I felt like I actually had to put myself out there a little bit, for good or worse, but like I'm glad you guys put up with me for that. All right, so we just do a quick wall call. Achvi, BB, Shizu, Golden, Lurvin, Alan, I got the whole thing this time. I got everybody here this time. Yeah, that's it. And Cass and Gally as well. Thank you as well. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me tonight. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Now, before we call it, let's go see if we can find somebody to raid. Well, someone else is playing Esoteric Ebb. We can go say hi to them. Seem a bit high, and let's see here. What else could we do? We could say hi to. Yeah, let's just go say hi to them. Okay. So I'm gonna set this up here. Let's do this as our, we'll do this as our, thing here. We'll do this as our message. All right, guys. We're gonna go raid this person, Gurgi of Doom. That's quite a name, but they're playing Esoteric Ebb. We're gonna go say hi to them, get to know a new person. Anyways, I hope everyone had a great time tonight. I thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. So next day, Thursday. So Thursday, what will happen is we will have likely a new Nikkei event. Looking forward to that. See who the new Nikkei is. Come back for that. Friday, we'll go to court. Saturday, some walking, and who knows what else might happen. But I had a great time. On YouTube side, thanks to anyone who showed up. I appreciate it. But in the meantime, for everybody, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take Toku. You take it, boss. See ya.